Wrestling Fan 87 in the chat says, I hope let's hope no dicks turn up tonight. Too late, Wrestling Fan. You're here.
You asked for that one.
And so is she.
Oh, come on.
Cheeky.
Good idea.
Let's say hello to the people that came in early, because they're our favourites. There's a Cheeky Rascal, Miha Julu, Lenny72, Roll Mop Herring, Robogribs, Super Saint, Wrestling Fan.
Desmond G, Jason Vincent, Delith, 1977, excellent year. Shadow Ada,
Jenting 93, G Cuffs, Roscoe, B McPauls, Vix, whatever. Gemma 90. Any update on Bigger Boy? There's the Bigger Boy update. Gatford, perk your blank cassettes in, press play and record. I have a feeling this is going to be a doozy. That's what I would say sometimes before a show. It's right, Gatford. Thank you. Gatford is the only one. Gatford and Amy. You're excluded from this.
Why?
Because you're a friend. Gatford and Amy are the only people on Twitter that didn't wish me dead. Pete.
Wow.
The only people that asked how I was. Come here. Come a little bit closer. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look. So this isn't what a normal hand looks like.
This is serious business. Look at his
Look
fingers.
at the size
like
of the
sausages.
Size of those fingers. The size of those fingers.
And they've gone down.
Well, no, the fingers are starting to swell because the fingers weren't swollen. Can't really go into, but look at the size of that swelling. Look at that. Look at that. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. The size of that swelling. I've got lovely lovers. I got lovers' fingers, and I got a bastard's fingers.
Yeah, it's been dramatic, hasn't it?
It's been dramatic. I'll just tell you what happened. So we had a great weekend. Great Saturday. I had my boys round, cooked a roast dinner, Easter egg Pokemon hunt. It was magic to see them so thrilled by something so basic and simple. It was wonderful. Then they went, which was even better. Then I watched the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie.
Which I've bought and meant to watch, but then there was never the moment, but I'm going to watch it.
It's great. It's not as... I was going to say it's not as good as the documentary,
well,
right?
Of course.
I'm going to retract that. It's different, and they're not comparable because this film is not about roast on a Saturday. That's what it's like being a divorced dad. This film is not about Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers just happens to be one of the characters in it. It's about relationships, death, dads and sons. And ultimately, it's about forgiveness. It's an existential movie. It's like the question it asks is, if you're holding on to anger, are you wasting your life? Is it a waste of life? That's basically what it's about. And listening to your 1st of April stream, my God, it was the best you've ever done. I don't know what that one was.
That was
it was
Friday, wasn't it?
Oh God. It was a great film, and I'm up and down. I'm a week off the meds now, so I'm starting to settle. But Saturday, I was up and down. I was in floods of tears, and it's coming up to my dad's birthday, and it's 8 years since my dad died, and I was in floods of tears, and there was a lot of "I miss you, Dad," shouting out, "I miss you, Dad," as the film was on. Some film, it's not comparable to the documentary. The documentary is a standalone work of art, but after the show on the Friday night that was full of racists. And we addressed that on a show we did over the weekend, so we don't need to again. But after, we finished the show on Friday, and we both turned to each other and went, Kazimba. It was that kind of show. And I needed a real palate. I needed a soul douche. So I thought, Mr. Rogers. And I was not let down. Then I watched John Wick 1, otherwise known as John Wick, a.k.a. John Wick. And I watched it, and I thought it was rubbish. But then I started to watch John Wick 2 the next day because I was bored. And I don't want to watch it because I didn't really like the first one. Anyway, so it's a little bit.
I watched a documentary about Christine McVie. I don't know. I'm even more convinced now that the accent I'm doing is pretty bob on, actually.
Bob on.
Yeah. Christine McVie. Which is on iPlayer at the moment, yeah. We watched Eurovision, the Netflix Will Ferrell extravaganza, for about the 12th time.
I think it's just got politically correct.
Still brilliant. What else did we do this weekend?
Well,
just chilling.
Then Saturday night, we played Among Us with Emzy on Emzy Plays, on her channel. And with her fans, some of whom, I'm going to be honest, are tossers. But I enjoyed playing with MZ Plays and some of her fans. But while we were setting up for that, now you know Big Boy, right? Big Boy is the stray cat that comes and lives with me. That came and lived with me. Well, recently there's been a bigger boy has started turning up who looks exactly like Big Boy, slightly different facial markings, but bigger, right?
Bit more uniform. He looks like Big Boy in
Yeah.
the hood, doesn't he?
But he's massive. Right? So I went out. Buster Dog, thank you. This is better than any TV. Thanks, Ian and Kath.
Thank you.
So I went out, and this is about 11 o'clock at night. I got it timing wrong. I said it was at 2. It was 11. To try and touch Big Boy, right? Bigger boy. And I went out, and actually, I don't think it's a big boy. The face is narrower than Big Boy's, which generally means it's a girl, not always. But the belly was so big, I think it's a bigger girl who's going to have some babies. So I managed to get close to her for the first time. And I managed to stroke her, and then she ran off. Then I made my fatal mistake. I stroked her with her back to me.
Oof.
And she turned round, and I don't quite remember. I thought it was all claws, but when I went to the hospital, they said some of those look like teeth. And basically, she scratched me. Let's get the full effect. Scratched me here, 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 and here, right? Quite nasty scratches, bites, whatever. Mods, stay alert because it's a bank holiday. Thank you, Pete. Oh, Jim Bowen, I meant to ask you, say no if you want. Would you like to be a mod? Say no if you want. We would like to ask you. I cleaned it all up, and then I went to play Emsy's thing, and my arm was a bit sore. And then after Emsy's thing, we were both a bit buzzing. And it's like about midnight, 1:30, half 12 or something. So I said to Catherine, do you fancy doing a stream? We'll do it on Zoom. You do it from your house, obviously. Come on, I'll do it from here. La, 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 la. And so we did a stream for an hour and a half. It was really nice, and we addressed the racism that we had encountered on Friday's stream, and it was nice. It was kind of cool. Then I went to bed, and then I woke up at 6:30. All night I was dreaming that I was being persecuted within the I'm a Celebrity format, but I was able to drive a car, and people had just been really nasty to me. And I realised it was a dream about playing Among Us.
Oh, yes.
But I also dreamt that I'd had the AstraZeneca injection in my hand, because in the dream, my hand was killing me. It was killing me. And I woke up at 6:30, and my hand was killing me. Well done, Catherine.
I'm not taking any prisoners.
My-
I'm also reporting people.
My hand was killing me, and it was swollen a bit. Pedo man.
Deary me. That's the sort of superhero we don't need around here. And
Mods. If it gets too much, we're going to put on sub-only chat, just to warn you. That's another thing that we look back and on Friday's show and gone, we should have done that. And if it carried on, I don't mind people can say anything they want if they pay us. But if that had carried on, we should have gone to emoji things. So we've talked a lot about this. So if we get too much of that, we'll go to sub-only chat. Apologies in advance. So I woke up at 6:30, and my hand was really sore, and it was swollen. And I was thinking, I can't. Nina, lovely to see you. I thought, my first thought was I should go to hospital. And I thought, no. I'm not going to go to hospital. I'm not going to go to hospital. No. But then I thought, this is what I thought, right? Ian, you are 48 years old in 2 months. Your body has never felt like this, right? The fact that you're experiencing new physical feelings at this age means it's probably worth going to the hospital for. That was genuinely the chat I had. And so 6:30, 7, got dressed, went to the hospital, went to A&E. It was, God bless the NHS. It was brilliant. I was in there for 5 hours.
when you first arrived, you thought, maybe I'm over-egging this. Maybe I'm being overly sensitive, it can't be as bad as all that, really, can it?
Well, no, once I got there, I thought, once I got there, it was actually quite swollen and it was a lot of pain.
But once they'd given you the injection and everything.
Well, this is it. So,
antibiotics.
the first thing, so then I'm there, I signed in about 7:15 and it didn't get seen for about 2.5 hours, really. And that's cool. I'm cool with that. I was having a little doze. I had a book. And then I got seen by a nurse who gave me a tetanus. He just kept messing around. First of all, he wiped my hand clean. He said, well, I'm wiping it clean with grapefruit juice because it's got antibacterial things in there. And he went, it's not really grapefruit juice, it's a disinfectant. And then I said to him...
I was going to say, that sounds like the sort of thing they'd say to you in a spa.
And I said to him, come on, man. Somewhere in this room you got the COVID vaccine, right? Come and give me the COVID vaccine. He said, no, we haven't got it. And then he came back with an injection. He said, I've got you the COVID vaccine. I went, really? He went, yeah. So let me see the box. He said, no, you don't want to see the box. I said, is it the COVID vaccine? He went... Well, it's tetanus. But, so he was really nice. Very, very funny. I think he's Polish. Very, very funny guy. These damn immigrants coming over here and saving my hand. And so he gave me that and he gave me some antibiotics to take. And then he said, I'm going to send you to plastic surgery.
Did you think he was joking at this point?
I did think he was joking because he'd done a few gags.
Yep.
And I said, what? He said, plastic surgery. I said, well, why do I want to go to plastic surgery? He said, oh, because they might want to chop it off. I said, come on, man, you can't joke about that. What for? He said, oh, they just like to look at these things. And as I was getting up to go, he said, is there anything else? And I said, oh, there is actually one thing. How do I make an official complaint about you? We were laughing. So then I went up to plastic surgery, and it was, by now I'd been in like 4 hours, and I'd taken lots of coats because it was really cold, but at this point it got very hot, and I was feeling headachy, and I was feeling sick, and I was there for a while, and I texted Catherine saying, I think I'm going to go, because I'm fine, they've given me the antibiotics, it'll be fine, right? And so I was going to go, and then just as I was going to go, they called me, and I got called in, and he'd bandaged my hand up, and he was a nurse, and so then I saw a doctor, and she took it off, and she went, oh.
Oh, that's never a good sound from a doctor.
Okay. Right. And she said, it's lucky you came in now. If you'd come in a bit later, you might have lost your hand. That's not even a joke. And I get it, the owl guy and the well guy, and I get it. Literally the boy who cried owl. But she said, if you come in a bit later, you could have lost your hand. And I said, oh, okay. Suddenly thinking, this is actually quite serious. And she said, what we want to... I had an x-ray as well, yeah. What we want to do is... I'm going to ask my team to basically clean out the wounds. And I said, okay, how are you going to do that? And she said, well, we'll give you a local anaesthetic in the hand, then we'll cut open the 4 wounds and we'll clean them out. I went, and at that point, when she said that I might have lost my hand, I actually started feeling very sick.
Queasy.
Very queasy.
Yeah, I imagine that.
And I went,
happened.
Okay. And she said, if you sort of wear a second on the phone. Hello? Are you ready for him to... No. Okay, I'll send him over. We can go and get it done right now if you want. Oh, and then, of course, you've got to sign the consent form. And the bonus says, by the way...
Bonus points 52, just trying to reassure you there. By the way, the local will do nothing for the pain. It's already happened.
Why don't you listen to the rest of the story and then apologise for being a knob? So I went next door, and it's these 3 middle-aged women... I'm great with middle-aged women, right?
Well, you are a middle-aged man.
I'm a middle-aged man. And we were having a laugh. But what happened in there was horrific, right? It was horrific. So they lay me down, took my hand, and they injected it. And the injection it's like a dental thing. The injection was the worst. And here's the interesting thing, bonus points. It was really good for the pain. It stopped the pain. It stopped the pain. So you're wrong.
Do you want me to do what you would like to do if you didn't have the bandage on?
There we go. And then one of the nurses who used gauze, the other one who was holding the scalpel went, you've used too much gauze. I have to order 4 times more gauze than we actually need. You need a quarter of what you've used. And I went, whoa, guys, everybody, hang on a second. Why don't we all just take a deep breath and just focus, okay? And we can argue about the gauze when you finish cutting my fucking hand open. That's a direct quote of what I said to them. I'm such a great patient because we were having fun. And I said, I'm going to swear at some point. And then I said, please give me some drugs. And then the nurse, who's older than me, went, I've got some marijuana. I went, no, you haven't. She went, yeah, I have. I said, give me some. She went, okay. I said, no, you can't because I'm an addict. She went, oh, okay, well, this conversation is over then.
So, reported. Oops.
And they injected in my hand and it was horrible and they cut open the wounds. I didn't look. I was looking the other way.
They'd have had a good dig around.
Yeah, and I could feel it and it was really, really uncomfortable. And it was like people being inside your body.
Could you hear noises?
Yeah, I could hear like squeaking.
Because I had a local once for something being removed and you can hear it. It was a bit like, you know when you cut bacon? It was that kind of snipping. It was that. It was that. And then you realise it's in you.
Jim has been timed out by what's on the tapes.
The reason?
It's the last time because Jim is about to become a mod, ladies and gentlemen. This may not be a permanent fixture, Jim. This is just while we're dealing with an influx of... Jim Bowen is banned on this channel. You must unban him.
Who banned?
Oh, come on now. Who banned him?
I love you guys, but really had to stop listening with my kids, says Woods at 83.
Okay, well, when was that? When was that? And what are you doing listening now?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Unban, because this is the thing. Unban Jim Bowen. Mod Jim Bowen. Not a permanent thing, Jim, but just we feel we're getting a little bit of trouble at the moment.
Sure.
So they did that. I then asked them for the come give me the vaccine.
Yeah,
please.
the COVID.
Give me the vaccine. And while she's digging around in, I see how great I am as a patient. She's digging around in my hand. I went, you know what, guys? We should start a WhatsApp group. I really like hanging out with you. I must have been so annoying. And I said, be honest with me, please. Am I the most fun patient you've ever had? And they went, no. I went, okay, that's rude. So they did it. And
just a sweary alert, says Woods at 83. Yeah, but the thing is, some of the things we talk about are quite adult too. So I'm wondering how new you are.
We are. I am really making an effort to swear less. I know we dropped an F-bomb, but you're right. I'm making an effort to swear less. And so thank you for bringing me up on that.
But we can't vouch for all the content being suitable for children because some of it gets quite intense.
Don't need drugs. You're annoying enough. What the hell? So then, and also the nurse then said, look, you have to keep this elevated. When you're in bed, you've got to have it under pillows and keep it elevated. When you're at home, you've got to sit with it like that. Because if you don't, you still might lose your hand. And I'm thinking, no, there can't be a chance that I still might lose my hand. And so I came home, been in there for 5 hours. God bless the end. Oh, one of the nurses... physical swearing coming up. She said, you have to keep your hand elevated. And I went, oh, like that. She went, what? I said, do I have to get... I said, oh, ignore this. I just can't bend the fingers.
Yeah, it looks like you're giving the bird there.
Oh, I'm not swearing at you. I just can't... Honestly, I had so much fun. So came home, was there for 5 hours. The NHS, man alive, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. 5 hours. I was in there and had everything I could possibly have wanted, and they saved my hand. I came home and then I couldn't clap them, Hazy. I couldn't. It's a very limp clap. And so I came home yesterday and it really, really hurt a lot. And didn't really do a lot. And then last night it hurt a lot. And this morning it hurt a lot. And I felt I was very self-piteous this morning when I woke up. And I thought, I had a day planned of playing video games and couldn't do any of the stuff I wanted to do. And I was thinking of writing another essay. And I couldn't. Anyway... got myself into an AA meeting and we all had a laugh in there, spoke to my sponsor, spoke to her, and I took myself out of myself. And so actually I've had a really, really good day. But my hand is... Oh,
also you found a hilarious churchyard, didn't you?
Oh, I found a churchyard with a gravestone of a woman called...
Brace yourself if you're not listening
it's
to
a
kids
name.
anymore because it's too shocking.
It's a name.
I know, but this person's very easily shocked.
Fanny Spittles.
I mean...
Fanny Spittles.
Another one?
Yeah.
Come on.
Isn't it? So I've had a great kind of day. I went for a little walk. But just again, let me just show you I can't now, this part of my arm is now dead from the tetanus. If I put my hand down, it really, really hurts. But just have a look at
compare and contrast those fingers.
The fingers, isn't it? So I've got to go back to the hospital tomorrow at 9:30. And fingers crossed I keep my hand. And thank you to whoever it was who found the clip of me from about 4 years ago saying, quote, if I ever have the misfortune to lose my right hand, I'd like to replace it with a pizza cutter. Because I would. That would be my thing. So, all of that, because of a... Hang on, go on, focus. Oh, it's one of my sons.
Uh-oh.
Hello, mate.
Hi.
Can I help you?
I just wanted to say hi.
Are we doing the stream right now?
Oh, you are? Sorry, I forgot.
I'm just telling the story about my hand. Yeah.
It hurts still.
Yeah, it does. It hurts. It's okay. Actually, it's starting to ache now, and if I point it down, it really, really hurts. But I have to go back to the hospital tomorrow, and hopefully they'll look at it and go, yeah, that's healing up. We don't have to chop it off. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Is there still a chance that they would have to chop it off?
If the infection is not clearing up, then possibly, but I'm like 99.999% sure they won't have to chop it off. Would you like it if they chopped it off?
No.
Would you find it funny or frightening?
A bit of both.
A bit of both! A bit of both! This is my favourite son. This was my favourite son. If I get it chopped off, I'm going to replace it with a pizza cutter. That would be kind of helpful, right? You'd find it funny. Wow. Hey, this time next week, we'll be on our holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not coming anymore because of what you just said. All right, man, listen, I need to go. I love you lots.
Love you, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. No idea who that was. No idea who that was. So the hand is okay, as you heard there. You know, I did get a little bit maudlin yesterday, thinking, my God, I might still lose my hand. I don't think I'm going to, but it still really hurts. The swelling is getting bigger, but I'm hoping they take this off tomorrow and they go, "Way, looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. We're going to keep it." They're Mexicans. They weren't Mexicans, but there was pretty much every other ethnicity there. Immigration's great, isn't it?
Backbone of the NHS.
Immigration is great. Out of all the people that saw me, I think only one, maybe two, and I was seen by about 8 or 9 people. 2 had what I guess we would call British accents, I would guess. Not quite sure what that means, but that was it. You know, God bless immigration. God bless the NHS. Mandy, how do you feel in yourself? Do you feel poorly as well? I've had quite a bad headache, and there are moments when I get a bit nauseous. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I was feeling really sorry for myself, but I'm all right. So thank you, Gatford, for asking. I know Mandy asked as well, and Amy. Peter's been a piece of trash out there. Has this taught you anything about your relationship with cats? Yeah. I've got 5 cats that are for sale. Anyone? Wasn't my cat. It was a homeless cat.
Yeah.
It was a homeless cat. This is as tight as I can. I
Do you
can.
want some help?
Yes, please. I can do that, but this is as tight as I can. That's it.
Okay.
That's
well,
not bad, actually. That's better than it was.
Use this hand.
I can't.
Poor old soul.
She looked after me, right? Get this. I haven't got any food in and I couldn't really go shopping. And so I said, could you bring me some food? And she went to Waitrose, got some really nice food in Waitrose. And then she asked for the money.
No, I didn't.
She asked.
No, I didn't.
She asked for the money.
No, I didn't.
How come there's money with my fingerprints on in your purse?
Because you insisted, but I gave you more than half of it back. Because I intend to eat more than half of it.
Thank you for looking after me. I really felt sorry for myself yesterday. I went to bed at 7:30 last night, slept for 12 hours.
Because what was the point?
What was the point? I got up and peed 5 times, and I turned my phone off, which I never do in bed. So I didn't listen to Bezic last night, although I've heard some since. So that is this. It means I'm not quite as quick on the draw as I once was.
Don't tell him that. Pike.
If you're gonna phone up and say a rude word, could you please say at the beginning of the call, I'm going to do a rude word?
They kind of do, don't they? Fortunately, your average racist ain't great at communicating in normal ways.
But here's one of the things I'm learning about being a human being, right? And this is said a lot in AA. It's one of the things on the Just for Today card, which is a great little card. It's about sometimes they use. Okay, the phrase could possibly be wallowing in self-pity. Now, I don't quite go along with that. I do sometimes allow myself to sit in self and to sit in self-pity. And this morning, when I woke up, I felt really sorry for myself. And I thought, today is going to be rubbish. I've got nothing. It's going to be miserable. I can't do anything. And I thought, actually, I don't want the whole day to be like this. I have a chance here. I'm not saying that if you can't do this or don't do this, that it's your fault. So please don't take this as a criticism, right? Because I know sometimes it's impossible to kind of climb from this. But I thought, actually, I don't want the day to be like this. I wanted to play video games all day, and I wanted to try and type. I can't do that, so let me try and find things that I can do. And I'm going to go to an AA meeting and to get myself out of self. That's what I did. We missed some phone calls, so just make sure I'm on speed. I want to be able to see everything I can see. So you're all good there. You're absolutely good there. We're going to play it super double cautious here. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Dress becomingly. What's dress becomingly from? Why does that phrase ring a bell? Where have I read that recently? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry?
What's up, man?
Oh.
It's gone from Yuri to what's up, man?
So you all good?
Sorry? What part of Lancashire are you from?
I'm just a retarded.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you very much indeed. I think we managed to get there halfway through there, but you might have heard a word that we don't really like. So apologies if that was the case. It's Easter holiday. We've got a backup plan. We've got a backup plan. Don't you worry about it. James Sommers Waste Solutions. Thanks, man. Fingers crossed it'll go well at the hospital tomorrow. Okay, you're too slow. Let us go. No, thank you very much. Let's have this one. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I meant to take this one. Ding dong boom, dong dang boom. Ding dong. Oh, Sinjin's got a migraine. Migraines suck, man. Migraines are the worst. It's just a bad headache. It's not. It's not.
Gosh, if it's got a migraine, this one isn't going to be helping, is it?
Hello, Gary. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you to your mother. She's a very nice lady.
Catford.
I had to actually text her a couple of minutes ago to let her know that actually you're okay.
Thank you, man.
Seriously, like she said, I had a little thing on my toe this weekend. She was more concerned about your hand. Right,
You've already lost 20% of your toes. I might be losing 50% of my hands. So.
I know.
It's funny. I did think about you. Obviously, when they said they said 2 occasions, if you had come in a bit later, you might have lost your hand. They said this is a really bad infection. And then the second time when they said if you don't keep your hand up, there is a chance that you might lose it. And of course, I thought of you because you've lost Gatford has lost 2 toes. Some poker game, but it's an old joke. But I did think of you, and even I shit myself. Excuse my language. I panic. It's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, when you were retelling the story, I know the situation is obviously not the same, but as you were retelling me the story, I slightly got flashbacks. I slightly got that memory of what it was like when they said it to me, because thankfully they said it to me a number of times before it actually happened. So I had all those warnings, which I hope and pray that you're able to you get to keep it up and all that stuff. But it's good that you've got people around you, because I did suddenly think, oh, his family don't exactly live local and things like that, and and all those things that you shouldn't really think. Then I thought,
don't tell anyone, but I drove back from the hospital one-handed because this was dead. This was absolutely, I don't advise it. Hospital's very, very near me. It's like about 3 or 4 minute drive away, so it's not that far at all. But it was a Sunday morning. But it was probably illegal. So don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Don't drive one hand.
No, not good. But thank you, man. How you doing, Gatford?
Yeah, good. Apart from the lockdown hair, which I just haven't bothered doing anything with today because today was a day for staying inside. Yeah.
Like every day, right?
Well, no, but particularly today. I woke up this morning and it was snowing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yep, not getting up."
Sometimes the snow comes down in June.
But
Sometimes the sun goes around the moon. Never
Yeah.
does. It never, ever does.
Another lie
Was it
told in a
Braxton?
song.
Who was it? It wasn't Braxton.
No, it
was
wasn't Braxton.
It was
Oh, that was Braxton, wasn't it?
no.
Braxton was Unbreak My Heart.
No, it was the one that was in Ugly Betty. Ugly Betty. What was her name? That was a beauty queen.
Dina Carroll. Thank you, Katie.
Was it Dina Carroll?
Yep.
Who was the beauty
Braxton
queen?
Hicks says
Who was the
glitch.
beauty queen that was in Ugly Betty and she was also a singer?
I
Who
can
am I
only
thinking
think of Erica Ferrara.
Vanessa
Vanessa
Williams.
Williams.
Vanessa Williams. Oh, Katie, you could be wrong.
Yeah.
Katie's wrong.
Wow.
Dina Carroll, was she the toast lady?
She was no,
Yeah.
she
I would write. I don't
Perfect
rather
year.
see you toast. Gonna be a perfect year.
no. Bring out the old, bring in the new. That one. Yeah, Perfect Year.
I actually have a little look at this, guys and girls. I actually trimmed the moustache. So in fact, that side's probably a little bit lower, so I might need to go up a little bit. So it was coming down there a bit. It's gone up. Oh, I
And
tell you what. Go on, Gafford.
I've got a question, and I asked this in the interest of not wishing to stray into too much territory.
Yes.
Are there things that you cannot do with your left hand?
Oh God.
Well, Catherine, I nearly called you upstairs today when I was having a poo.
True.
Well, no, I mean, not
Simple
the
things
obvious,
like-
but
It's simple things like, seriously, like, can you grip a toothbrush with your left hand? And I'm not joking here. This is serious. Some people can't do this.
it's an electric toothbrush, so yes, I can. So I'm not having to do that. It's electric, so I'm kind of cool. I can't whisk cake mix. That's right, softable.
Can you pull your trousers up?
Not very well. I couldn't do my belt up, and my belt was one notch too loose in the hospital, so I'm having to hoik them up the whole time.
Go for drawstring. You know,
I
just
can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't dress very well. I can't throw darts. We were watching Bullseye earlier. So, but you know, it's all right. It's all right. I'm hopeful. Okay, shut your mouth. That was the joke. We got it.
yeah.
Hopefully, you know, I'm going away with my boys next Monday. I'm hoping I'm kind of back to normal then.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be riding horses and all sorts, aren't you? Driving there.
Yeah.
And what good antibiotics, bad antibiotics?
Well, good. Well, I don't know what.
They make you. They knock you out.
No.
Most antibiotics I have just knocked me out.
I've never been knocked out by antibiotics. You got to remember the amount of crap I put in my body.
So, yeah.
No drug can knock me out.
Oh,
That is a challenge.
Yeah, that's not a challenge.
All right, Gafford. Nice to see you.
Take
Lots
care
of love.
yourself, yeah?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. I tell you why I was playing around with my moustache. My friend Paul in an AA meeting today went, and during the meeting, he's very naughty, and he sent me a message on my WhatsApp of something, and it made me laugh.
oh, is it
a lot.
that? I
That's where
wondered
that
who that
came
would,
from,
who had
yeah.
forwarded
it
that.
made me laugh a lot. So let me show you this. This is funny, man. Here we go. This is a good one, right? This is a good one.
I mean-
I see you calling, Dredge. I'm coming to you. There we go. There we go.
Is that your meeting face?
So I've trimmed. Look, if you notice, I've trimmed. Where is?
It's gone straighter.
Why can't we see that camera? I want to see that camera because I want to bring real me in. So we're going to copy this. This is a nice vibe tonight. Nice Easter Monday, Christ Monday vibe. Screen 2. There we go. Paste it. Just a little bit. And there we go. So you can see the difference in Tash. You see?
Yeah. You got rid of the
Yeah.
You got rid of the downturn.
Got rid of the downturn. Maybe I went to. Anyway, that has been my life today. Oh, by the way, you can send us stuff. TLNA PO Box 1181 Aylesbury HP 22 9TE. You missed it? There it is. Oh no, that's the call us.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Go. PO Box 1181 Aylesbury HP 22 9TE. You can send us any old crap, and we will open it. We missed a lot of calls. This is. Let's try it. Let's try it. You should probably be in bed, but go on.
You had a good day?
Well, I don't know if you just heard, but I was in hospital yesterday.
Yeah, you fell down a well, someone told me. Is that true?
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Do you live...
Sounds like you fell down a brewery.
About the jungle. You were in the jungle, weren't you?
No.
You wasn't in the jungle?
No.
You was? With Amir Khan?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
I looked like that guy.
You were stealing strawberries.
It wasn't me.
You were stealing strawberries.
Could you turn your Twitch stream off?
Could you? Show?
Yeah. Could you turn your TV stream off? Your Twitch stream off because we can't really hear you.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You go and sort that out, and we'll go and speak to someone sober. Let's give this guy a call.
I mean, you're making a lot of assumptions about Dredge. Hello?
Here's the thing, right? When I answer a phone, I'm the first one to talk. Mushy mush.
Could just hear him breathing.
I know, but a lot of these people, and I include you in that list, Dredge, of these people, I phone them and they expect me to speak. That's not how phone calls work. Whoever dials the number is generally the second person to speak.
They're the ones that initiate, right? The person that rang.
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with this process. Do you want to have another go?
Okay, we're going to hang up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to try again. All right, here we go.
Have a think about what you're going to say.
Let's just try this while we're... Hello? Sorry?
I was asking you how you hurt yourself in the hospital.
Say that again.
What happened in the hospital?
Well, I didn't hurt myself in the hospital.
Oh, okay. So what happened? Explain.
Well, I've literally just spent the first 35 minutes of the show explaining, so I'm not
going... I've only just come in the show. Can you explain what happened to your arm?
No.
Did Catherine hit you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can tell us if there's been any violence towards you.
I can, and I will, and there hasn't. And I did tell the story. I did spend 35 minutes telling the story.
I haven't been here, sorry.
Well, you don't need to apologise.
I had to get a pizza from Domino's.
Okay. What did you get?
Pepperoni. Do you like pepperoni pizza?
I don't, but my boys love it.
Well, that's good then. Are they both all right?
None of your business.
I was only asking them if they were all right.
I was only telling you it's none of your business.
Oh. Did they ever come on the stream? Were they allowed on the stream?
One was literally on the show about 25 minutes ago.
He wasn't here, though. He was getting pizza.
You were getting pizza.
I was having Domino's. That's what I just said. Sorry.
Yep.
You didn't drive, did you?
Catherine listens. You don't listen to us.
I don't listen to you. Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Shut up. He hung up. I don't know who he said there. Probably something vulgar. I want to see if he wants.
You should have asked him the question.
Yeah. All right, let's try this guy again.
Hello, John Christopher Dredge speaking.
Oh.
Hello, is John there, please?
He is. That's me.
Can you get him for me, please?
Okay, hold on. Dredge. Yeah. Someone for you on the phone. Okay, hold on. Hello?
Hello, mate. The guy who answers the phone's a knob. I tell you what I miss, though, is you don't get any more.
The number.
John!
Oh.
John! John! John, there's a phone call! I don't know! Come and find out!
Tell him yourself!
He's just coming there. Be with you in a minute.
He's just on the toilet.
I missed the shouting.
That's it. I'm going back to live with my mum. That's it.
Hello, John Dredge. How may we be of assistance to thee?
What was the Mr. Rogers film like then? Because now I'm thinking about purchasing it.
Well, you needed a palate cleanser. You got one, didn't you?
It was. Have you seen the documentary?
Yeah, a long time ago. I forgot.
Nothing good. It's nothing like the documentary.
Okay, so that's.
It's a Tom Hanks film. I don't know if I like Hanks. Big fan of Bachelor Party and The Money Pit, but I like Hanks.
No, you're not.
I love Bachelor Party.
The Money Pit is appalling.
It's a great film. I always think it's weird that the star of The Money Pit and Bachelor Party, which has got jokes about having intercourse with donkeys, is now the most beloved actor of all time.
Yeah. Very, very sweet, gentle kind of persona he has now.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he start in some terrible sitcom where he was dressed as a woman called Bosom Buddies?
Oh, that sounds quite funny.
And now he's, now he's the king. Now he's the king. No,
He's
I
playing
really
Elvis,
like
is he?
Tom Hanks. Well,
He
I know
could.
that was Jim Carrey.
I would watch that.
No, but what's so good about this film?
Well, I really liked it. I mean,
Yeah.
what can I what I like about it, you might hate about it. You might come away
Yeah.
feeling nonplussed
Well,
by
true.
it. That's okay. It hit me at the right place at the right time.
No, I mean he's a fascinating character, and I remember
Hanks?
some of that documentary. No, he's less. Well, he's quite fascinating, but
collects
Mr. Rogers.
typewriters. I bet you'd get on with him.
Thank you.
No, it's just like
Well, I
sounds
did-
like he's a nice bloke. Everyone get on with him.
I did send you a letter actually. It wasn't typewritten. Did you get it?
Yes, we read it out.
No. Don't tell him. We don't. If people miss their mail, then that is their problem.
They have to just send again. And
That
pay
is
more
their
attention.
problem.
Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system. That's
Are
from
you
Monty
being
Python.
oppressed?
Yes, well spotted. But no, I think Tom Hanks is amazing. I mean, he
Apparently,
played
Tom Hanks
Disney.
is in a film playing Colonel Tom Parker.
Oh,
Weird, isn't it?
I'd
'Cause
like to see that.
He played Disney. He played Walt Disney.
Yeah.
He
He's
did quite
played-
well
he was
with
in
the
that thing you do.
He's played. That's a good film. He's played.
What was that thing? What was that thing you do?
He has played real
Take
people.
off the Beatles.
He has played real people 9 times.
Oh, is that true?
You know who wrote that song?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the guy out of Fountains of Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right.
I'm having a little bit of trouble.
But no, he's a brilliant actor because he can run the gamut. That's what I think. He
Mr.
can
Rogers
do-
was the 6th cousin of Tom Hanks as well. They found out.
No.
after
You're
filming,
joking me.
After
You're
filming, they
joking.
found out. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Roger. I did know that. Yeah.
But I mean, the most moving part of the documentary, I remember now, is where he testifies to Congress, isn't it? To get funding, to get these millions of dollars for educational television. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
it's
you're wrong.
incredibly moving. What am I? Oh, okay.
It's not the most moving part of the documentary.
Oh no.
What is? What is?
You know what it is.
I know what the most moving part, and we replicated it. We ripped it off on Talk Radio.
Oh no, it's not that.
But that
go
was
on.
beautiful.
But that's in this film as well. There's a scene where he does that in this film, where he gets you to sit for 60 seconds and think of everyone that's passed.
that you love.
Right. Right.
But when you watch that scene in the film,
Kimbo Collab in the house. Whoop,
Kimbo
whoop.
Collab, when you watch that, Kimbo, look at my swollen fingers. You see the swollen fingers? When you watch that scene in the film, there are people, it does it in a restaurant, and I think the people in there are like Mr. Rogers' producer. I think Mr. Rogers' wife might be one of the people
Right.
there. So no, that's not the most moving part of the film. The most moving part of the film is when a little girl says to him, "Can I hug you?" And he hugs her, because there's nothing. Nowadays there'd be can I hug you? Of course you can.
Yeah, doesn't she say she loves him? I
She
love you
loves
too.
him. I love you too. I just want to show again to latecomers the size of the swole. Look at that. That's normal. That is swollen.
Oof, look at that.
Look at it. You can go a little bit under. Want to go under? Swollen. Oof, indeed. Oof. Oof.
Jimbo says the sight of Ian's swollen fingers made Jenna sing Frankfurter sandwiches.
Frankfurt sandwiches. Frankfurt.
Careful.
Shook my hand too hard. Kimbo Collabs is staying up all night.
Wow, living the dream.
Whoa, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't
Dredge.
think so.
I don't think so. Anything else?
Just
Oh.
Let's try some of these calls. Let's try some of these calls. I'm riding the fader. It's the only phoning show on Twitch. It's a bank holiday Monday, because we're going to get some naughty people with some naughty language. Hello? Can you turn your Twitch stream off, please? We can hear you.
Hello, how you doing?
Okay. What can we do for you? It's hung up. Okay. I mean, wow. I'm enjoying this
Was it
little...
Rob Bonet, was it?
No, God, no.
All right.
Oh, Jenna also got a chant of sausage soup.
Sausage soup.
Sausage soup.
Oh, that's another thing I watched the other day. Barb and Star go to Costa del Mar.
And they have sausage soup in it,
and
but they
it's
take the
supposed
mickey out of
It's
it.
supposed to be something dreary, but it's the best.
Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Oh, a bottler?
Yeah.
Who was this person?
That rings a bell.
Hopefully it rings their phone bell. So they'll answer and they'll come on the show. Hello, Elder.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Catherine. How you doing?
What you got for us?
Just hearing the story about your hand. You're like, wow.
Tough. It's
Glad you're all right.
All done by a cat. Nearly lost my hand because of my love for cats.
Oh, do you know what, Ian? I've been there. I almost lost my ring finger about 10 years ago from a crush injury.
Oh, blimey.
Kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But, I hope you'll be all right, man. You know, they said to me, you might lose your finger if the circulation doesn't come back. Thankfully, it did. But I hope they get you sorted out, man. And cheers for sharing. 'Cause, when I saw the stream, I thought, Christ, what's he done?
We got to talk about this stuff more. We need to talk about this stuff more and more. Anyway, Elder, what can we do for you?
Well, it was just that.
Okay, thank you
Just
very much.
solidarity with the old
Thank you very
danger
much
times.
indeed. I've really been sucking up the Bezics. And I'm really enjoying. We might do tomorrow an ABA, Alan Bezic Analysed, where we play an old. Analysed. We play an old episode from August 1985 and we listen to it and we deconstruct it. And then it'll go as a podcast, my Patreons. My Patreons are going to get spoiled so much this month. So much, because they are the best Patreons in the world. They're the best. They're going to be spoiled. They've already had most of their stuff. The lower tiers have had all their stuff. But they're going to get more stuff. More stuff.
And actually, we're hatching new plans.
Are we? Oh, yeah, we are hatching the plan. We're hatching the plan. Turn your stream off, please, caller. They have most of their stuff. The lower tiers have had all. Turn your stream off, please, caller.
Hello.
Hello there, caller.
Alistair speaking.
Good evening, Alistair.
Yeah, sorry about... I was so miserable in the meeting, Ian.
This is the I'm Not a Grown Up meeting. But it's a meeting where you can be miserable in. No one, as I say, no one cares. Actually, that's the opposite of that is true. I think everybody cares, or most people care, but no one is making a judgment. How are you feeling now?
I've had a bit of sleep this afternoon, feeling a bit better. And it always cheers me up, your show.
Seeing me with physical injuries is what you're saying.
It brightens everyone's day, let's be honest.
I want to mention, Catherine, to you about the Christine McVie documentary in a minute.
Yes. What did you want to say, Alistair?
It's too good.
Ian.
And that outfit.
When you're in hospital and they're saying, you could have lost your hand.
Yes, sir.
Did they explain the mechanism by which you would lose your hand?
Well,
is it just because it's infected?
Yeah, the poison that was in me had made my hand, by that point, swell up very, very big. They didn't really, I guess if it had gone into it was looking like it was going to go into the rest of the arm, then they chop it off, didn't they?
All right. Because I suppose septicemia might. That's blood.
I don't think it would have been septicemia is blood poisoning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that blood poisoning? Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I didn't really want to question the losing the hand too much, because if I did, it might become real.
You were more into now how do we avoid that situation?
How do we solve this little problem that we have here?
It must have been horrible, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It was horrible. It was fine right up until the bit when I nearly was going to go home, and I said to Catherine, I'm going to go home, I'm done. And then 10 minutes later, I texted going, oh my God, they said I might have lost my hand, and I'm really scared now. That was the shift. Catherine offered to come over, and I said, no, it's cool. By the time you get here, I'll be done. And they weren't allowing family or friends to come in and sit with anyone anyway because of the COVIDs. That was, up until then, it was an interesting experience, a little bit of a chore, but actually it was interesting, and I was enjoying the experience.
And you felt you might be wasting their time a little bit when you first got there.
But then once they said that, I thought, then I got quite scared, and then I think, I'm on my own, and I didn't. When she said they were going to do it now, I didn't know if it meant I'd have to gown up or anything. I didn't realise they would just be in the room next door, and it would be a local, all of that stuff,
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
So are you going to erect anything outside to stop
Erections are
the
useless
cat,
at the moment.
to stop that cat approaching, please?
No. Because I think I can still save that cat.
Oh, right, okay. Can you do it with a stick in future, please?
I think, first
Did
of
you
all,
get one of those grabbers?
I don't know if that cat is...
You reckon she's
homeless.
pregnant?
I reckon she's pregnant. I also think she probably lives somewhere because she doesn't stink. Big Boy, when I first met him, stank. I know boys are slightly different.
No, but to carry an infection like that, that's not great, is it?
No. Loads of animals have. It's not. It's just dirt. It's just whatever it is. We don't know what it was. I was saying it was cat scratch fever, but it probably wasn't cat scratch fever. But it was. It's just a dirty. It's just dirt. It's dirty mouth because and it went quite deep. That's the thing. So I think I can save this cat.
Oh God.
She owes you a kitten, says Sofa. I'm too right. But then my boys and their mum were confused because then I got a message saying from my youngest saying, "Wait, are there going to be kittens?" Hang on a minute, I've got a message from my youngest. Hang on.
All right, so Dan is Daddy. Dan.
Oh, hang on, he's talking about Dan.
Is this a Dan TDM update?
All right, so Dan is Daddy. Dan is live on Twitch,
Yes.
right? And so it was the 6th anniversary month on my sub, and in the message I was like, oh, because he has a new server on Minecraft, it's called Shady Oaks. I said, you and everyone on Shady Oaks should do a talent show, and whoever wins will join Shady Oaks. He said that was a good idea.
Yeah, my boy is producing Dan TDM.
He's kind of stealing our ideas and giving them to other streamers.
He also thought that the male cat that's been living with me since Christmas was pregnant. And I said, man, we've got to have that chat about vaginas again.
Despite the fact that cat's testicles were on your kitchen worktop for a good 2 months.
And then ended up in a sandwich.
So, Catherine, the Christine, I thought it was a really good documentary.
Yeah, so good.
And it was, because I'd watched quite a bit of Fleetwood Mac stuff before, but I think the rest of the documentaries weren't very detailed about Christine, really.
Well, because she's quiet and because a lot of the attention tends to go to Lindsay and...
Yeah.
What's her face?
Yeah. But, I mean, she came across as being like the glue of the band, really. She kind of held it all together and was really good. But also I felt really sorry for her because her husband became a horrible alcoholic, it sounded.
Yeah, yeah.
She got some great songs out of it, Alistair. That's the thing.
Well, what I found really interesting was when they were talking about, and everyone knows this, right, about rumours, about how they were all writing about each other despite the fact that some of them weren't talking to each other. But she wrote You Make Loving Fun about a new boyfriend, right? And her husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, was having to play it. And she said, it was quite obvious that it wasn't about John. And,
She didn't make loving fun.
And then they flipped to John and say, what did you think of the lyrics? He went, I've never really listened to them. Don't know what it's about.
My favourite letter ever in Viz is, my mum always said, don't listen to rumours. As a result of that, my copy of Tusk is shagged. It's a great one, isn't it?
It's on iPlayer, Tweeterbird, and it's well worth the watch. I feel like, is it brand new? I feel like I'd seen it before.
It has been out before, I think.
But I don't know.
It's
been out before.
But it's awesome. And I also thought that the relationship she has with Stevie is beautiful as well. Stevie looked after her when John's pacing the hotel corridor trying to find his wife, and he's 3 sheets to the wind.
Simmons, dude,
she protected her.
For the raid.
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid.
Thanks, Simmons, dude. But there's a lot of love there between those two women. I think it's great. They're the only ones that still talk to each other.
Is that right?
Well, she said, I don't really speak to anyone once we've come off tour, but she always talks to Stevie. They're still quite close. I thought that was quite beautiful. But also there was a story about how she had her own problem with drink after the breakup of her second marriage.
That's right, yeah.
And of course she had a relationship with the beautiful yet flawed Dennis Wilson.
Dennis Wilson.
So and she kind of she became agoraphobic and had trouble leaving a beautiful, it's a prison still, isn't it, if you can't get out of the house, until Mick Fleetwood was trying to encourage her to come to Maui, because he lives out there now.
Yeah.
And she said, she kept saying, oh, yeah, I'll come. And he never believed her because she would never fly. She hated it. And then she started with therapy, and the therapist said, just buy a ticket. You don't have to go. Buy a ticket. Then the intention is there at some point, possibly. And then she said, I decided to do that, and I had this ticket, but really no fixed plan of what was going to happen. And then the next couple of days, I got a phone call from Mick saying he was coming over to London, and I decided I'd fly back with him, and he didn't believe it until I was there. And she said, so the first flight had taken for ages. I did sit next to him.
Oh, Mutation says there's 2 Fleetwood Mac docs on iPlayer. Which one? Just watch them both.
It's called Songbird.
What
Fleetwood
are
Mac
we?
Songbird. It's about Christine McVie. Oh,
Nannies?
no, watch them both.
Just watch them both. I mean, your nannies.
I always laughed at Fleetwood at Matt.
Fleetwood Services.
His mouth is always open when it's really getting down to the music.
Yeah.
It's the best way to
drum,
boogie.
Drum face, isn't
It's
it?
the best way to boogie. Alistair, thank you very much indeed. 02 03 286 6370 is the telephone number. This is the only phone-in show on Twitch.
When Stevie Nicks did an impression of Christine, it wasn't as good as mine. She makes her sound very kind of, oh no, if you're going to kill each other, don't do it at my house.
No.
That's not how she talks.
That's not how she talks. We know that. Come on, guys, focus. It's the only phone-in show on Twitch. The phone number is going across the bottom of the screen right now. If I miss your call, I call you back in the order that you called in. Hello, caller. Hello, 003. That's you. Yep. We're going to hang up. Okay, that was weird. I mean, you sounded disappointed that the phone had been answered. But yet you called in. What is going on with you people? Let's try this one.
Phone, pick up the phone.
Hello?
Yes?
What do you want?
Why are you calling me?
Because you're a piece of trash and I want the money you owe me. The £100 that you owe me, I want it now. It's not funny.
Whatever.
It's not funny. Whatever to you. When am I going to get it?
What you on about?
The £100 you owe me, boy.
Whatever.
You giggle like a baby. Yeah, hang up.
Whatever. That was a sick burn.
Whatever. Giggle like a baby.
Whatever.
Gary says, are you going to play Among Us on stream sometime? Yeah, we might do a little Among Us session.
What pizza would you like?
I would like a large New Yorker.
Oh, I like them.
Just with a plain crust, actually. It's too much for the cheesy. What do you want, Catherine?
Well, I was going to go New Yorker, but if you're going to do that, I'll go, barbecue chicken.
That's £35, please. Can I have your debit card? Thank you.
Yes, of course you can. It's 3692.
Yep.
69.
Yep.
69.
Yep.
69.
Yep.
69.
Yep. And what name is it for?
It's for Fanny Spittles.
Okay. And what's your address?
It's 69.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got your address. It's in Brentwood, yeah?
That's it. Yep, you got it?
Bum Lane, yeah.
69 Bum Lane. Can you come round the back? Yep, beautiful. 0203.
I'm looking forward to those pizzas.
286 6370. This show happens by accident, you might think. No, it's planned. Let me take this call. I was about to talk about our wonderful, wonderful sponsors, but I want to talk to our callers first. Hello, caller. Oh, you're too slow. Let's try this one. You've got to be quicker off the... Oh, we missed them.
With your mind.
Go quicker with your mind.
And then your mouth.
It's a real phone number. It's my home phone number. So don't be surprised when you get answered or you get a call back, right? Something to say. Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, sorry. Back in a minute.
No, thanks. It's now or never.
It's a busy time.
It's now or never.
All right.
There we go.
busyness is he getting up
We got
to?
some great sponsors. We got 34sp.com with us for the rest of this week, even though actually they finished last week, but we like them so much.
Yeah, we couldn't
and
say goodbye.
we don't feel that we kind of gave them the full crack of the whip.
Mm-hmm.
So 34sp.com. Now, Catherine and I talked about how we mentioned briefly, you might have, it was a throwaway comment you might have missed. We're cooking up a plan. And I think 34sp.com is the place to go.
You're right.
I was talking to our friend Pop Hazy,
Yes.
because he's a teacher. And I don't think I include. Did I at you in the emails? Maybe
Probably
I didn't.
not, no.
I'll forward them on.
Man's business.
Well, no, because you never read the emails I send anyway. And he kind of gave us a few different options of, but we're thinking of doing an online course teaching people who are interested how to do radio, podcasting, and Twitch. It'll be a series of videos with some live interaction, but primarily pre-recorded. Because we're both doing courses separate from my college course that we signed up to. I've signed up for this Yalom course. He's basically like the kind of founding father of. He's not the founding father. He's like the grandfather of psychotherapy in the States, and he revolutionized it a lot. And it's kind of what you know now when you go and see a counselor or a therapist. A lot of it comes from him. He's still alive. I tried to get him on the show, but he didn't reply. So I've signed up for his course, reduced from $200 to £99, and it's great. So I was watching that today because I couldn't do anything. You've signed up for an art course.
Yeah, painting.
And so we're thinking of doing like a radio, Twitch podcast kind of course. And it'll be a series of videos of us basically interviewing each other about how we got into radio, producing, all of that kind of
The
stuff.
stuff that we've worked out, through years of working in radio.
Award-winning.
And
40 years between us. Award-winning. So we just think about it. And we thought about it before, and we've spoken to people before. But then just seeing this course today, I went, oh, actually, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. So that might be something that happens. And it will be bloody good. We're just deciding, do we do it through a college where you would get an actual, recognised, not a degree, diplomas. You'd actually have something that was recognised, or do we do it kind of through our own website? And actually, I think
as a sort of taster, and then if you wanted to take it further afterwards, then it's
no. I think we just do it through our own website because a recognised. Anyway, so it's something that we're talking about.
Actually, I was going to say a lot of the stuff, radio aside, but a lot of that stuff, Twitch, podcast and stuff, you don't need a qualification. It's just, right, are you going to do it or not?
So 34sp.com is web hosting, and I'm thinking maybe that's where if we build a whole new website. IanLee.com I think is down, or maybe it's up, and I was thinking I don't really use it. I might just cancel that and get rid of it because I don't use it. I haven't updated it for ages. And maybe we put all our focus on that. It'll be video, it'll be podcasts, it'll be like an online Q&A. It'll be loads of stuff. Anyway, 34sp.com. Thanking you very, very much. Oh, we've got new graphics.
You mean better than these?
Well, because I kind of had a little bit of a hoo-ha with
not a stink, I hope.
Jimbo, who's our latest mod. Basically, hang on a minute. Can we call you back in a few minutes?
Do you like Dizzy Rascal?
Oh, it's the Dizzy Rascal guy. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Great. He did that.
He asked, then didn't wait for a response.
He did that about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was
when that was a new song.
It was no. It's this guy who's a nobody, reflecting my language, who wants it to turn into a meme.
Oh.
Here's the thing: if you're going to try and do a meme, have it ready to play when you're called up the first time. Don't go, can you call back in a few minutes so I can get my tape player out?
Oh, that's what that was.
So it's a guy who's trying to make something a meme, but he's been trying to do it for years and it really isn't working very well. He called at the start when I was doing this, and it was really unpleasant.
Oh, really?
Really unpleasant
he didn't...
vibe. No, because he wanted to be part of the show. I said, well, you can call in, but, try and be funny. Didn't listen. No. And it was a really unpleasant vibe. Oh, if you don't want me to be part of the show, why do you keep answering my call? Okay, well,
we answer everyone's calls because that's
this was 6 months ago, just before we'd started properly, when I was doing the warm-ups.
Right.
Weird.
Still,
unpleasant.
There's nothing nicer than taking phone calls from someone who demands that you do.
Right. So let me just. Anyway, whatever. Dizzy Rascal meme, very, very funny, excellent stuff. Well done. You should be very proud of yourself. If I was doing the same shtick that I've been doing 6 months and 3 years ago, I'd be getting worried. But good for you, man. Right. So hang on a second. So Gregorian Emerson. So we've got to get rid of this. It's got to come down all the way down to there.
Oh, I miss those guys.
And then now we're going to add this new logo, which I've just downloaded. I've not seen it. So image.
Who designed this?
Jimbo on his stream.
Okay, good. All right, so other people said it was okay too.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to get involved in any of the. I don't even really want to do this, but it's where's the downloads? Downloads are there. GE Law.
Oh gosh.
Bloody hell.
What's this now?
GE Law Last Man Standing. Oh, okay. Well, this is controversial because it mentions previous.
Well, one of whom is here. Or was
James
was
Sommers.
a while ago,
I'm sorry. So it mentions previous companies that have advertised with us. So gelaw.co.uk. It's a very strange angle. It's like written at that angle. Jim, post a link to post a link to the VOD of you making this, and maybe we'll go and have a look.
Yeah.
So gelaw.co.uk. I mean, you can't really see it because it's red.
And it looks like Jello.
So that's there. If you're getting divorced, Last Man Standing, Poseidon has gone.
Disappeared.
Poseidon Security, Harsh Singh & Co. has gone. Somers Waste Solutions has gone. But these two cats are there. I have no idea what that means. Actually, it unsettles me slightly. Catherine, talk about the excellent Abbey Care.
Abbey Care. They are specialist addiction recovery centres. They have two. There's one in Gloucester. There's one in Glasgow. Both of them will give you 25% off if you mention that you've seen this advert on here. They cover all the major addictions and probably some of the niche ones too. They employ a lot of people who've been in your shoes if you're struggling with habits in your life that are getting in the way of your life. Give them a shout. They're brilliant. They're brilliant. How do I know they're brilliant? Because this guy's still here.
Thank you, fans. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Oh, so I wrote this book. I don't want to talk about the book, but I started to write a chapter of a book that's never going to happen, where I'd look at old TV shows I did. And someone says, can you slow down the postal address? Could you speed up your writing? I can actually slow it down a little bit. So just bear with me. Here we go. How about, let's try that. So it's now going to be this. There we go. I hope that's better. And here's Jimbo designing that picture that we just saw.
Oh, how exciting.
So let's have a little look. Hang on, screen 2.
Freddie.
Whoa. Freddie. No, listen, 'cause that's the thing I want to play in a minute. So where we got to go to? 1 hour 44. I thought it would be started at the right place. 1 hour 44. Oh, no, that's the whole thing. I'm not watching the whole stream, you absolute melt.
Oh, there it is, look.
Save
as an image. The key thing is you want it to be checkerboard in the background. It means it's transparent. It means that Ian won't curse you out on stream.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
I forbid you. Both of them.
I forbid you from using my name on your streams. I forbid you. That's copyright. So anyway, I was writing about a TV program that I did. It's a terrible program called Critical Mass.
Nelson Bandana. Ian, put ice on that ham. It looks is swollen.
It is. You see, it's wrapped up in a bandage.
Swollen.
It's yellow because I cheesy footballs.
You've got a hand bum there. Look.
Oh yeah.
TOS.
Okay. So this program called Critical Mass. It was YouTube. It was for the YouTube generation before YouTube even existed. And what it was a clip show where people would come on, and I'd go, okay, Ken Russell, one of the people. What is the clip you'd like to do? Now the reason it was a pilot for E4, and it never got made into a series because it was rubbish. It's also horrible. One of my most shameful experiences on there is I made a 14-year-old boy cry. I bullied a 14-year-old boy. Yeah, they cut that out, but it was horrible.
Like it was even too horrible for them.
Yeah, it was unpleasant. I bullied this kid, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, I was high, whatever. But we argued about Colin Baker.
Oh no!
And it was horrible. Anyway, one of the things that was on
the scoreboard, we can see that Slavo is on number one, surprisingly beating the Trampolini. I don't know how, by lasting for the full 3 minutes, with only 88% of the internet voters voting it towards the point of ejaculation.
Ejaculation.
Sex machine ready to reload. I'm an atom bomb about to whoa explode.
Look at this.
So, not me, but my next guest. Please welcome Neil Lucas. Cheers for coming, Neil.
So then people come on and say, right, I want to show this
Neil,
video.
you've got 3
And then
minutes of
people
TV.
at home-
What are you going to do with it?
Look, I'm wearing a thumb ring.
Well, in a minute
it wasn't
you'll see
people
a
at
track
home
of
because the internet didn't really exist. It's from people in an internet cafe would
and it
vote it
depicts
off.
all of his music and visual aspects in video. It's about 11 scene changes. This is one of my costumes that I had in the party
Oh,
scene.
you dressed up as Freddie tonight. I thought you just...
well, no, do wear this
dressed up
down the
smart.
road occasionally. So 1 minute I'm wearing bananas on my head, and then I'm wearing this with my breasts out and cavorting around, so it's quite interesting.
Okay, now, of course, we all miss Freddie tragically, and you've brought him back to life, which is fantastic. And you've written this song, you've put it all together yourself, you've done the music, you've done the words, you've done this video we're going to see in a little bit, all by yourself.
Yeah.
Why don't you look at that camera, tell us how much it cost to make, and introduce your clip.
Right. Well, it cost me in the excess of £2,000, and I did it all myself, all the scenery and, painting and things. Some of the scenery was about sort of £250 for about 6 seconds, and to me that's quite a lot of money. But
right, Neil, I'm going to interrupt you. Just introduce the clip, will you?
Right, sorry. Right, this is just called Freddie, and it's all about Freddie Mercury.
It's a great song. Now we're going to come out of this because we don't want to. That show was not a great show. I don't want to make it about me. But I thought, I wonder if that guy's around. He's still around, still doing stuff. But this is the video of that song, right? And I don't know how factually correct it is. Freddie Mercury was from Zanzibar, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think he gets that slightly wrong in this. Right, Old Shepherd, your band, goodbye. Trinator, do you know what? Your account was just created. I'm going to say goodbye to you as well. Here we go. Right, so we're listening for where Freddie Mercury was born. We think it was Zanzibar.
Freddie, whoa, 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 whoa. Freddie, whoa, Freddie, ooh, from Mercury.
Not from Zanzibar, he was from Mercury.
Freddie from Mercury.
I remember this so well. Freddie, oh Freddie.
I can see what he's trying to do with the moves, but he's not quite got the power of Mercury, has he?
I like this guy a lot. Neil Lewis, I like
You
him.
have the power of the universe shining brightly over us.
That over was good. That over sounds like
Shining brightly over us.
That's good.
From a day at the races to headlong with Brian and Roger and John as each day.
Now this is like 1999 or 2000. So
wow,
this is
really?
when
It
this
looks
stuff-
like the 80s.
This is when this stuff was tough to do. This is where it was tough to do, right?
Day goes by, I look up in the sky, together forever.
It's actually not that bad. It's actually not that
Compared
bad.
to...
Come on now. He was a nice lad. What you couldn't see there, let's move that because he's actually humping the desk.
Yeah, that reminds me of someone.
Kelly Betts.
Yes.
Kelly Betts would always do that. There you go.
Freddie, whoa, Freddie, whoa, 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 so grand, Freddie.
Right, if he's singing to the track, what are they doing?
They're pretending, they're waiting for it to end,
They can't,
like we all are.
They can't be mixing this song because he's singing to it.
Whoa, 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 so grand, Freddie, oh yeah, Freddie.
That's not the outfit, come on now.
Oh, but
if we're going to do this, let's do this.
Catherine, fair play. By the way, we didn't get this far into the thing. We got about 30 seconds. We got voted off. That's a great. If he's had that set built, that is a great set. That is a great set. He's had it built.
All I'm
He's
saying
a
is I'd
guy.
concentrate more on the costume and the performance than the set.
Really are the one. The banana tree was such a
That looks like him from that silly, boring song that he did.
and then the penguin grew in take two. Oh, Roger, dear, what did you do? I've turned into a daffodil.
this, right, and came on that show. I think he'd been out, maybe had this for a year or two before it came out. Before YouTube. So YouTube didn't exist. And he did this.
Yeah. But you know he's doing this mostly for himself.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Exactly.
Don't see why everyone else has got to be made to have it, that's all.
Oh.
Come on.
This guy.
It's a little bit of fun, private fun.
I think it's great, right, that he made it and it happened.
I'll have that. There we go. Gosh.
Need a poo?
Explains the moves.
Feels like it's run out of steam a little bit in this bit.
None of these people know him, do they?
Famous Freddie Mercury hat fingers. A bit.
He's living his own magic there.
I like that guy. So this is the address, nice and slow. PO Box 1181, Aylesbury, HP 22 9TE. If you want to come.
How much longer on that? 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's quite a lot to go. Let's take these calls. We know these calls are going to be trouble. All right, let's take them. Yes. What you got for us?
Oh, sorry. That bloke earlier was on about Dizzy Rascal.
When people are talking like that, you're always waiting for the punchline. Because it's not a natural way of speaking. It's almost like someone's building up to a...
I want to watch some Bruce Forsyth.
Yeah.
Right. Let's watch some Bruce Forsyth, shall we?
Jim Bowen says he's got some of the mannerisms perfect. Surprising they didn't catch him in the film. That's true.
Should have been cast.
Cast him, yeah. Sorry, that was my incorrect reading.
Let's watch some Bruce Forsyth. There's the Savage Bees. Let's watch some Bruce Forsyth play your... Oh, God. So we watched what must have been series 1 or 2 of Bullseye on Challenge TV, right? And it's an early series because Tony Green was doing the voiceover but wasn't in the studio. And I remember him being in the studio. So it was 81, it was 82, and it started in 81. So I'm guessing the first or second series. And someone
actually did, well, they didn't win a speedboat, but the speedboat was there.
Someone won a Mini.
They did.
But then one of the questions was, okay, the category is words. What word is the singular of mice? Wow. I tell you what, let's have a little vote.
And then after that, it was... and after that he said, right, well, the questions are going to get a little more difficult now. What more difficult than... What would you call more than fewer than 1 or 2 mice?
Let's do a little poll. I want to do a poll. All right. So...
All right, let's let them decide.
New poll. Okay.
What do you want to watch?
What do you wanna watch?
Questiona Maca.
So we got, we got. I'm going to give you 3 options. I've got something. We've got Bullseye. We got Play Your Cards Right.
Yeah.
We got Oh, what was the other one? I was play Bullseye. Play your cards right. I just thought of another one.
Not every second counts.
No, God, no. Hang on a minute. Bullseye. Play your cards right. Oh, The Price is Right.
Yes.
Have you got one, Kath? You want to chuck in?
Oh yeah. What about a blind? Can we watch a blinder data?
Well, we can put it on the list. We can watch it if they vote for it. Blinder Day.
Complete ones of
There
those.
will be loads. The poll has started. Please vote. You get to decide what happens. You get to decide what happens. Okay, you get to decide what happens. It's between Bullseye and Blinder Data at the moment. We'll just wait. You get to decide. We'll watch one. Just feel it's a bank holiday Monday.
Let's chill out, man.
Let's just chill out, man.
Chill out, man.
Chill out, man. Yeah, look, we're getting. Let's just chill out and watch something. 3, 2, 1's not happening. So well done.
Move on.
Well done suggesting programs. We've just
We've given you 4.
Listen, we're kind of giving you, what is that thing you do with kids where you make them think that they're making a decision?
But you've decided that you'll be happy with either of those.
So you don't say, what do you want for your tea? You say, do you want broccoli and chips or do you want peas and chips? You do that kind of thing. So we have decided which shows, and you will choose which one. So far, 50% Bullseye, 9% Play Your Cards Right. I'm surprised. I thought it would be higher. Price is Right, 8%, which is a great show to watch on this kind of thing because you can pause it. And in fact, I'm going to vote for Price is Right. That's what I'm voting for because we can have a lot of interaction. Blinder Data has got 32%. Got about 40 seconds left. There's no option for peas and chips on the poll. No, you've misunderstood. You've misunderstood.
It's your fault for mentioning peas and chips. It always draws the attention.
I was trying to make. Dear. By the way, you want to see a great film? Oh, look at what's just popped up in my suggestions. Right. If you want to see a great film, it's on YouTube. Right. Hang on. Forget this. The Day After. Is this the one? Oh, this isn't the film I thought. This is the nuclear movie starring Steve Guttenberg when there's a nuclear bomb.
Oh, yowza.
It's bleak, right? Actually, don't watch this for a laugh. Anyway, our friend Steve Guttenberg's in that. No, what was the film? What's the film I thought it was going to be? You saw my search history is Floor Plan 2 VR walkthrough.
Flamingo.
My boy completed it without
Slogo.
help. What was the film where it's a guy gets a phone call? He's in a diner late at night and he gets a phone call going, "You gotta get out of town. They've actually done it. They've actually launched the big one." Hello, who is this? Oh, I got the wrong number. Bye. And then you spend the rest of the Miracle Mile, and then you spend the rest of the film thinking you're working out. Did he actually? Oh, this is the trailer. This is genuinely a great film, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, what is this? I got confused for a second. I thought it wasn't. Oh, this is so good. Typical 80s characters. God, this is not how I remember it at all.
No sound.
Oh, you can't hear any. Jeez. Oh, well, I'm not playing it all again.
Anyway, take
Terrified.
Julie! I love you!
But nothing could prepare you for an experience like this.
What is the truth, Harry?
Miracle Mile.
Listen, I'm just a guy who picked up the phone.
Okay, well, there you go. It's a good film, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Who won the vote? I think it was a...
It was a bit of bully.
Again, Catherine? That's right, Catherine does the ball. Oh, by the way, we've had loads of subs, and I really want to mention the subs and thank them. Thank you. So we've got Mike 29101977. Please send our
Big
love
up
to the
yourself.
29101977 family.
Who Man 1989.
Oh, that's a follow. Jamie Bright Gaming, thank you for the sub. Broke Loser Check.
Scotty Wings.
Don't know what that means. Anders.
No.
No.
No, mate, you're out.
Can we ban that? Thank you, Catherine. Well done.
Come on now.
You ban that. You
I
type
do
that
that.
one
I'm
in and
gonna
ban
report that, in
Well,
fact.
report that one. That one gets reported. No.
Come
no.
on, man.
I can report it here. No.
You got it?
No, you do actually because it's easier and I'm getting a little bit lost. I want to... Oh, no.
Did you block?
No, I can't. You can do it if you could, please. I've lost the little box in the thing. Hang on. Let me just get the box back. Let me get the goddamn box back. You put the lion in the coconut. You got to... Listen, you guys, you got to get up early to beat us. You know what I mean? So I need view. I need docs. I need... Twitch activity feed. Glooscap, thank you for the sub. Let's get the subs. Claire UK, thank you for 15 months. Thank you. Weehoo. Okay. Lonely God 182, thank you for the sub. Subs are great. We love the subs. We love the bits. We love all of that stuff. This is our job. But if you want to know the best pound to pocket ratio, the best P to PR, very, very simple. We get a few quid from the subs. We get a few quid from the bits. We get nearly all of the money from the donations. So if you're thinking... If you want a sub because you want a sub, beautiful. You want a sub because you want the tier 3, come to the tier 3 mod meeting, sub meeting, and get a postcard, fantastic, beautiful. Please do it. You got an Amazon Prime going? Chuck it to us. Thank you. But if you want to get money directly into our pocket, then donate. It's really, really simple. You go to streamelements.com/TLNA/tip. streamelements.com/TLNA/tip. Our newest, and I'm going to say our bestest mod. Jimbo has just put that in the link there. And you can also, if you're on a computer, if you just scroll down beneath this picture, there's a picture of a very happy cat saying thank you. If you click on that, then you can donate money to us. And it's all gratefully received. £1, £100, £1,000, £10,000. Get split 50-50 between me and Catherine. And the reason it's so good is subs and bits are great. Twitch takes a bit, of course. But with the dono, the only fees that we pay, you don't pay any fees. If it comes from PayPal take a percentage. And if it comes through credit cards, the credit card company takes a percentage. But it's about 2.5 or 3%. So we get much bigger percentage through the donations. So thank you. And we'll read out, you type a little message or read out your message. And it's all gratefully received. This is our job, guys. This is our job. And thanking you very much for your support. So Bullseye, Series 10, Episode 1, 1990. Too late. 1990 is too late.
Oh, yeah, no, we want proper vintage pre...
I don't want the first ever episode, 1981, because that's too far.
Let them get in their stride.
Oh, hang on. Let's have a look at this montage first. Bullseye, crappy star prize and unimpressed winners.
I used to count out their
The
prize money
new
in the
Peloton
places.
tread
Yep.
is here. UK, let's go. Try it yourself for 30 days.
Here we go.
All right,
prize,
well,
star prize
all
and
the shouting
unimpressed
in the
winners.
world's not going to help you now. What do you think? We'll go for it. You're going to have a go, Jack. The best of luck. Well, Tony's a superb player. Come on. In you go,
It's a big
Jack.
man.
Come on, Tony.
It's a little man. One on their own.
Story time, Jack.
Remember,
It's
one or
It's a
more
heist
for tonight's
movie.
Star Prize. We're all
Here we
with
go.
you.
So we know they're going to do it.
13. Need 53.
We know they're going to do it. Let's see how unimpressed they are.
19. 19. And treble 19!
So
Have a look at this. Have a look at this. It's an absolutely superb prize. Have a look at it. Watch it. It's a bullseye fashion spree. A chance to...
A bullseye
Fashion spree.
fashion spree. Serious question. Do they really call you out on Peloton like in the ad? I don't think so. Because there's like thousands of people all over the world. Is it? I don't even know if it's live, is it? I thought it was
I
pre-rex.
suspect this is the wrong room for that question.
Anyway.
Flash out in style on a whole range of up-to-the-minute outfits from a leading fashion chain. Perhaps Dad would choose something elegantly
Leading fashion
informal,
chain.
like
Miss
CNA.
Selfridge.
this traditional blazer with casual check trousers and a trench-style raincoat.
Look at her hair. That is great.
For Mum, how about this silk effect two-piece
Effect.
All dead now. All dead.
with a pleated skirt and a
Let's see
silk
the
blouse
faces
in
of the
autumn
winners.
colour?
That outfit is also.
Our youngsters have designs on something colourful. Richard's gone for those jeans, which go down well in laundrettes, together with a padded
Because there was an advert at the time.
Nick
where
came in,
Nick
innit?
came in. It says inappropriate. He's a child.
blues on and contrasting knitwear. While Colette's right up to date in this 60s style check tunic jacket with loose-fitting trousers. It's yours to mix and match, to pick and choose as you wish with a bullseye
That's weird. And so these people are not going to be happy with that.
£2,000 fashion spree. Come on, come on. Come on, John. Come on, up you go, Jack. Up you go. Up you go, John. There you bullies. There you bullies. There you are. There you are. Take that, Jack. Well done. We're delighted for you all. Our two lads tonight, there they are. They've got £535 and the bullies and the tankards and all this beautiful, superb Star Prize, along with the prizes they've already won. We'd like to thank you all for watching Bullseye. Thanks to Richie Gardner. £240 for the hospice in Chesterfield. A bit of bully. Bye.
I don't think they were that unimpressed. I actually thought this was a good deal. Right. So we want a bullseye. Highlight of despair. No. Let's get an episode. Audience not happy about the gamble. Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me.
We want a full show, don't we?
We want a full show. Jimbo and Stroppy. Hang on 1 second. Jimbo and Stroppy. Hang on. Then we're going to have a full show.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
25, 101. 25. We're taking the easy question. Right. Here we go. Of which animals are there breeds called Border, Leicester, Lincoln, and Romney Marsh? Shh. Dogs. It's not dogs. No. What is it, audience? It's rabbits. It's sheep. Sorry about that. Never mind, John. Don't worry about it. We'll move into the second phase of the game. Now then, here we go again, Tony. The pets question.
I don't know what's going on there. It's
Too quiet is what it is.
Too
You can hear the
quiet.
person breathing holding the phone.
Please, right, Bullseye full ep. Please only post stuff on YouTube.
Stop getting distracted and sucked in. It's never what they promise.
This is welcome to. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
What can I do? Can I poke you?
No, you cannot poke me.
If you're going off track.
No,
What can I do?
don't poke
Can I
me.
do this?
I don't want anything-
Can I do this? Can I do this?
I don't want anything from the. Here we go. Let's do this. When is this from? This might be 90s. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. We're in. This is it, guys. Then we might take some photos. Can we play some adverts? Darts contest. Get that presenter on the show. Maybe he's probably super old now. Maybe he's probably dead.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Bowen!
Same aspect ratio that Zack Snyder uses. Very clever.
We've got
Tell you what, we've got a lovely fresh audience in here tonight, really ready to enjoy the show. It's all new to them.
Hey!
Never seen it before in their lives. You...
Watch this guy. He's playing the game. You play an assembly. Last clap. I'll do the last clap. Watch him. Watch him. He's going for it. He's loving it. This old fella.
We've got, I'll tell you what, we've got a lovely fresh audience in here tonight, really ready to enjoy the show.
Ah, he went on for ages!
You watch how they react to Bullseye. We've got a couple tonight from Thames Television playing the game. Dennis Garnett and Ted Denman.
Oh, now this was when, for a while...
Oh, come on, is this companies?
No. For a while, ITV made a real point of pushing the regions. They really made a point of pushing all the regions. So they would quite often in shows would say, oh, this is from, instead of saying they're from London or from Essex, they're from the Thames Television region. Instead of saying this is from Birmingham, they're from the Central region.
Anglia, etc.
Yeah, there was a period of them doing that. Geezers, absolute geezers. Absolute geezers.
I've got to say, the clothing choices of colours, and I know that I am partial to colour, as you'll see as evidence tonight, very wishy-washy, weren't they?
Yeah.
We were watching it earlier, and it was just like people had chosen clothes that were the same colour as their faces.
He had a white suit on in one with a burgundy shirt and tie.
I mean, Jim has always been very natty.
It was a great look.
And Dennis, and you're from, pick it up. Went over the line. No, it's all right. No, you're all right. Don't worry.
Oh, Jim, sorry. So we were watching the other day, Catherine and I, privately. Privately. We do stuff privately sometimes. We were watching...
We know each other in real life.
Yeah.
This isn't just a screen friendship.
What would I type in? Because it came up. What's the name of the singer from the Eurythmics?
Annie Lennox.
Yeah, okay. Right. I'll show you really... So remember we watched a bit of this the other day,
Yeah.
right? Then this, so we watched a little bit of this, right? And it's not very good, but there's some good bits in it. We'll be careful with the music. Let's just turn this down. In fact, let's turn the music down. Bullseye was on Sunday, about 5 or 6 o'clock, I think. Cheese sandwich, cup of tea time. So this is like to celebrate the Beatles, whatever, right? So he's singing, it was 20 years ago today. Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play, right? Then this guy comes out. So you can't hear this. So Catherine's going to be Ringo and I'm going to be Paul,
Right.
okay? So Ringo is singing Little Help My Friends and Paul makes a joke. Paul makes a joke because they're such good friends, right? So who do you want to be?
I'll be Ringo.
You sure?
Peace and love, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Very much like your Christine McVie.
No, it's very different.
Okay.
Similar.
Billy Shears.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
I would. So McCartney goes, I would. Right, so then they're playing with a little help from my friends. But then look who's rocking out in the audience, right? There's a lot of American celebs, right? But then there's a lovely bit. There's a really lovely bit. Sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little... Oh, so you do Ringo, I do Paul.
Oh, I get by
with a little help from my friends.
Oh, I'm going to try
With a little help from my friends. Just watch the audience. Someone's going to rock out in a minute, and it's so lovely. They're so confident. He's a great drummer.
Do when your love is away.
Does it worry you to be alone?
How do I feel at the end of the day?
Are you sad? Hey, look! It's Sean and Yoko rocking out to With a Little Help from My Friends. I saw that today and it filled me with joy. Watch this, man. Yes, man. I loved that. Have you... There's a great clip, right? Is it John Lennon? Sean Lennon. A little help from my friends. This is a great clip, which pops up on like a compilation, right? I think this is it. So I think Sean's having a bath. He can't remember. He can't remember. I love this about the Beatles. They never know what songs are right. But isn't this magic?
Yep.
This is absolute magic. I love this clip. Oh, you can't hear it. So I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Lucky you could read the words. Okay, thank you for the heads up. This is great. We'll get to play it again. Here we go.
Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. That's my favorite song.
Very good.
Who was saying I need somebody to love? You?
Ringo, but Paul and I are singing with him.
What's the song called?
What would you think?
What would
you think? What's it called? I forgot what it's called.
This is like 7 years after it as well. Sean's, 2? So this is like 9 years after it.
you think
10 years maybe.
if I sang in a song?
Sang out of tune. Oh, A Little Help from My Friends. That's what it's called.
Isn't that magic? Isn't that magic? And that's cute. That's cute. And then you think, oh, that's the guy that wrote it with his son, and he dies a couple of years after that.
I was going to say also he didn't get to see much more of his son after that.
Dies a couple of years after it. That is beautiful. It's on like one of the John Lennon box sets. It pops up as like a little bonus track, and it's just man. I've been thinking a lot about John Lennon. I think he was well, here's what I've come up with about John Lennon. A lot shorter than we all think. Very short man. Just a bloke who wrote some decent songs, but just a bloke. And what was how sad he got shot? Isn't that sad? Because he wrote some songs, so someone thought, "I'm going to kill him." I think the murderer thought he like betrayed. I mean, the murderer was mentally ill. I think his argument was that he kind of Lennon had betrayed everyone or whatever. He's a songwriter, man, and he got shot for writing songs.
It's really sad.
It is the saddest thing. I've been thinking about him a lot. Anyway, sorry, I was seeing if my kids are messaging me.
Also, growing up, it was like he was kind of a little bit older than my dad, so I always thought of him as being older. And then now we realise that he's younger than me when he got shot.
He's 40. Yeah. It's awful. So sad. So sad.
Don't worry, nice. From Belvedere in Kent. Yeah. Both from Belvedere.
No, I'm from Plaistow in East End.
Plaistow.
Jim Bowen also gone too soon. You're right.
I mean, Jim Bowen clung on for as long as he could.
Yeah, of course. Is that how you say it? Plaistow? Of course. Yeah, Plaistow, that's right. Dennis, you married?
Yes.
And you work for?
I work for a lighting firm on the maintenance.
Sorry, what now? A lighting firm?
On the maintenance.
All right.
He's the darts thrower.
Didn't think to put his teeth in for telly.
He's the darts thrower.
A lighting firm on the maintenance. Yeah, we can't mention the lighting firm. Can't mention the firm. What's your boss like? Is he pleasant or is he a thorn in the flesh?
Thorn in the flesh. So what is the company that he's trying to say? Is he pleasant or is he a thorn in the flesh? So that's a joke of naming the lighting firm.
Do you think?
Yeah, because he says, I can't name the company.
Can't mention the firm. What's your boss like? Is he pleasant or is he a thorn in the flesh?
So who is it? Thorn in the flesh. Oh, it's not Thorn EMI, is it? Is it Thorn EMI?
Well,
it's a very convoluted
well, you might as well say
way-
it then.
Very convoluted way of getting there.
He's all right. He's all right, is he? Yeah. He missed that gag altogether then.
It was a gag. It wasn't really a gag, was it? You just said it.
He's obviously not the brightest bulb in that light bulb factory.
He's not here to listen to
He's
gags.
there
He's here to throw
arrows.
some arrows.
He's there to focus. I bet this guy gets a 140 at some point.
I'm glad you were doing the darts. You'd never get the bloody questions right. Listen.
If I was that guy, I'd have punched
Oh,
Bowen
he has
now.
got teeth. They're just small. Sorry, everyone.
Tiny
Sorry about
teeth.
that.
Now then, Ted, it's only to relax you this. We don't mean it really.
I'm relaxed.
What's your job, young Ted?
I'm a warehouse manager.
A warehouse manager. I see.
And Kenny Rogers impersonator and George Michael impersonator
That is a righteous
and lover.
claim.
That hair, that beard,
chain.
the chain. This guy is it. All dead now.
And what do they do? I mean, you just load lorries up and...
Well, we basically service our customers across South East England. Yeah.
I see. You distribute stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, fine. That's all right. You married?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Any children?
Yeah, we got 5. And the grandchildren.
And the grandchildren, yeah. That's fine, lovely. And you've got a granddaughter, of course, haven't you? And you did mention that. Would you like to wave to your granddaughter tonight?
Most certainly. She's not turning the television off because it's her latest trick, turning the television off.
Is it really?
Most certainly.
Oh, what a clever child.
Not on your programme, though.
What's your hobby? You've got a good hobby.
Jim had died the day after I emailed him. I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember that.
Said, haven't you? You did have, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to be into stamp collecting quite a lot, yeah.
Were you a good stamp collector? I mean, did you really have a good collection?
Yeah, I've still got it. It's fairly substantial, but as you dig into the market now, and you fill your collection up, the bits you want become a little bit more expensive, and you...
So it's a bit prohibitive.
That's right.
You'll not be into...
It's a bit prohibitive. Stamp collecting is a bit prohibitive, I find.
Yeah, once you dig into it and start having to aspire further.
It's a bit prohibitive, actually, I think. So we'll move on from there.
Stamps, Dennis?
Yeah, we're going to move on. One of the things I found is it's a bit prohibitive, so probably best we could tell this conversazione.
No. You'll be more into... Well, what are you into, Dennis?
Well, I play darts.
Yeah.
Regular.
I would have thought that's about it, isn't it?
Dennis alone, you.
Coffee Talk makes a good point. He said, are you a good stamp collector? He said, Coffee Talk says, define good stamp collector.
More than 5?
Well, in that case, I'm great, because in my wallet, I've got 3
They have to be different.
Okay.
I'm hoping to run in the Thamesmead Half Marathon and the London Marathon next year for charity.
He looks like it. I got that.
The Thamesmead Half Marathon. We hope you don't find tonight a marathon. We want you to have a right good night with us, Dennis and Ted. You're two fine fellas. Go on, off you go, sit down and relax. Nice to well done. Second couple tonight, we've got David Little and Billy McLaren from Time Tees. Welcome all.
David Little and Billy McLaren.
All the way from Birmingham. There we are, boys. How are you, Davey? Nice to see you, sir. And you, Bill?
Nice tash.
Beautiful tash.
And now, Davey, you're married?
Yeah.
And your job is?
Electrician.
You're an electrician. Yeah. What's your hobby?
Race whippets.
Really?
A race whippets. Could you get any more cliched?
Well, it could be a miner.
Could be.
Or
Did you ever beat him?
Work for the
Miner 69er.
Tudor Crisps factory.
Tudor Crisps.
Yeah.
What are they?
They were the crisps that came from Newcastle.
Okay.
Phrase in Geordie I learnt. Why aye, that's a canny bag of Tudor.
I don't know that.
So listen, these whippets, because it's big up there in the northeast, isn't it? Whippets. And the pigeon, to do the pigeons.
Can we stop? He's a handsome man.
Good looking guy. He's got a bum chin.
But here's the thing,
Strong
right?
tash, strong hair.
Take away what you said earlier on. Take away the time filter on him. Imagine him with more of a judged haircut without the tash.
He's dead now.
That's a handsome man.
There as well, don't they? Race the pigeon. Not against the whippets. That's a totally different game.
He'd be one of them boil wash billies that go out without the coats on.
Have you got any family, David?
Yeah, I have 2 sons.
2 sons. And how old are they? Can we ask?
Mark 5 and David.
Mark.
So we've got 2 sons. How old are they? Can we ask? Polite question. I like that. And
Mark,
he's gonna
5.
say Mork.
5 and David 10 months.
Would you like sons? 2 sons.
He looks too much like Ian, so he's not handsome.
Oh dear. Does the A in A5 stand for?
And how old are they?
Oh, we've jumped. I want to hear him say his son's called Mork.
Mark.
And David 10 months. I have 2 sons.
2 sons. And how old are they? Can we ask?
Mark 5 and David 10 months.
Would you like to give him a wave on 3? Give him a wave on there. That's it. That's your dad. How are you, Bill? Nice to meet you. You're single. You're single, aren't you, Bill? And you're a civil servant.
Yeah, I am.
And what department are you in?
Well, my specific area at the moment is pensions.
Pensions?
But we deal with all sort of spectrums of work.
You're very busy, actually. I suppose in the state of the country as we are, you'll be...
Yeah, we're very busy at the moment.
That's right.
We're managing to get everything done.
Get it all done. Keep on top of the job.
Yeah.
That's
right. Now, one of the things I've heard about Jim Bowen, and I haven't seen enough episodes recently, but is... Because this was going on... The whole sit run of Bullseye is under Thatcher.
Right.
And so quite often, particularly the 80s episodes, the contestants are unemployed. And he's apparently would make quite a big thing of saying, well, yeah, it's tough out there. I really hope things pick up for you. We would kind of address it and sort of nod to, yeah, it's tough out there. I really hope things pick up for you and you manage to get some work soon. That is that kind of vibe that he created. Because it's a working class programme, you know, if we're going to class TV programmes.
Jim Bowen, am I right in thinking he went to Oxford? And he was a teacher before he...
He was definitely a teacher.
Didn't he go to Oxford? Wasn't he like a working class boy done good? Let me look it up, because I feel like I've known that for a long time, but
That's
I can't
right.
remember where I heard
Let's
it.
find out.
What's your hobby?
Here we're learning.
Well, I've just started to grow leeks. I've been growing them.
He's been growing licks or leeks. I got some licks if you want some.
No thanks, I'm all right.
Okay. Jim Bowen.
Here we go. Early life, blah, blah, blah.
I don't.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think he went to Oxford.
Who was it then?
John Cleese.
No, the darts commentator.
Tony Green.
No.
It's the only darts commentator I know.
Darts commentator who said, Sid Waddell.
Wow, okay.
What a character, right? He did something like, at the age of 26, he said Alexander the Great had conquered most of the globe. This guy's only 25. It was better than that. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, you know, someone famous, like Eric Bristow or someone.
I have to say, if you see me flagging a bit, since this, I'm so tired. Even though I slept for 12 hours last night, I am so tired.
Medication-wise as well, what's going on there?
It's just antibiotics. I don't know.
No, but all the other stuff.
That's all gone. A week. Nearly took one today because I thought I don't need to be dealing with both of these things, but actually I'm all right.
Good.
I'm all right.
For about a year now.
I suppose you'll find it intellectually extending, that will.
Yeah, I spend a long time. You know, spend
a long
hours
time.
just watching
You will
them.
watching them, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. I suppose being a civil servant, I mean, you don't want to have too many leaks because the government are having enough at the moment, aren't they? Two great lads from the North East. Have a good night with us, Bill and Davey. Thank you for coming. Off you go. Last two with us tonight on this edition of Bullseye. Barry Wainwright and Nigel Rothery from...
No women allowed. No women allowed. Oh, elevate, hand above heart. Thank you.
Yorkshire, make a nice
Just released from Sea Wing.
Bloody hell, them trousers.
Ain't it?
Good lads. Nice to see you, Nigel and Barry. Two big, healthy lads. Oh, how'd you find strapping lads? Now then, Barry, you married?
Yes.
And your job, sir?
Plumber.
Did you specifically go for shirts that made them look like they've been flipping They're so grubby, the colours, aren't they?
Yeah, very grubby.
A plumber, right. You never seem to be able to get one when we want one, do we? No. It's amazing, that. Now, fascinating story about your dad. Was he the first trainee jockey that Noel Merlis had, is that right?
Yes, when Noel Merlis trained at Sutton Bank in them days, and my dad was the first apprentice he ever had.
Hard game, isn't it?
It is very hard.
Really hard game. The travelling they do now, of course, it's murder, isn't it?
They worked awful long.
It's swelling up. Is that bad?
Keep it elevated.
Am I going to? I genuinely am worried I'm going to lose my hand.
They've been digging around in there. It's going to get swollen. If you're worried about it, we can go to the hospital.
Well, I'm going to the hospital tomorrow.
All right.
9:30.
It's a good idea.
Should I go now? No.
No.
Narrator. He should have gone then. I'm worried about I am worried. I've been saying, oh, I'm not going to lose my hand, I'm going to lose my hand. But of course, there is a huge
Do you
family.
want me to take you to the hospital?
No. Let's have a little look-see. It just, it's just getting more swollen there. And the swelling wasn't there before. Now it's going up the finger. Look, the finger's getting swollen.
Does it
you
feel
see
hot?
it? Yeah. It does feel hot, actually.
I reckon if you call 111, they'll tell you to go to hospital.
Oh, 111 always tell you to go to the flipping hospital because they're pussies.
111 because they err on the side of caution.
Yeah, because they're babies. Man up, 111. Stop and rest yourself. You stop and rest yourself, Richard. We've got to work. God damn, we got to work. My boss is going to kick my ass out.
Do you want to take some Nurofen? That's an anti-inflammatory.
It's getting bigger. I'm fine with keeping my hand up. It's just I've got to operate this mouse. Let me move. Do you know? Oh, buggery balls. I'm all right. Which one were we just on? Because I've lost it.
Look in your history, if you dare.
History's not blueies on here.
Oh,
it's not there.
How unusual.
There it is.
Do you want me to get you Nurofen, some water? Yes. Yes. What are you thinking?
I am worried about losing. I'm really worried about losing my
course you
hand.
are.
And I've been playing it down a lot on the stream, but actually, I'm really scared that I'm really scared I'm going to lose my hand. I'm probably not going to lose my hand, but I'm really scared. I'm on antibiotics, yes. Can't really see in here. It's just the fingers are getting swollen.
Right, I'll take you then.
I don't want to go.
I know you don't want to.
No, not tonight. I'm going in. I'll be there in 12 hours. I'm not going to hospital. It does look a bit. It is. Not going to go and get it checked. I'm panicking. I'm worrying. We're going to do a short stream tonight. I'm going to go to bed, and then gonna go. We're all good. Panic. No panic. No panic. No panic. No panic. Right, let's have some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of this.
And Nigel, you're from Thirsk as well, Nigel?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, sir. What do you do for a living?
I work for the county council as a land surveyor.
You're a land surveyor, and you're married?
Married, yeah.
Yeah. And any family?
He's terrified,
Yeah,
this
we've got
fella.
a young baby.
A young baby? That's lovely. That's fine. And so you're a land surveyor, and you've got an evening job as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I have a part-time business doing plans and so on for home extensions.
For home
stuff like that.
extensions. I mean, that's big at the moment because people are staying in their own houses and extending them, aren't they? That's very good. So, I mean, with one youngster, you're into road planning during the day, of town and country planning at night, and family planning at weekends. We are delighted to have you both with us tonight. We hope you do very well. Nigel and Barry, off you go, sit down, relax and enjoy the game. Thank you. All right. There we are. Nice contestants, aren't they, tonight? Not that they're always not, but we'll get on with the game. We've got the category board there. We've got some money to be won tonight. And are we losing some this series? I can tell you we are. We've a chance tonight in this first round of losing £30 a question. Hands on your bonus buttons, lads. Here we go. Come on, let's play the game. Ted, what about a question for Dennis?
We'll have a shot of potluck.
Potluck,
we'll have a shot of potluck.
Right, mate.
Trying, sir. So it's our London lads. Potluck, we want to start the evening off. Flashing to help you, Dan.
Flashing to help you.
Hey,
he's gone straight in there with £100.
£100 he's got you. Well done.
Beautiful.
Like the first ones, they were like scratching around for 80 quid, weren't they?
Super start for you, that, Ted, because he went in the correct subject, worth £100. Here we go, here's your question. All of you do this and the other two hands on your buttons. Look at your monitors and you'll see a photograph.
Elton John, Reg Dwight.
I'm sure you'll know this singer's adopted name. What's his real name?
Reg Dwight.
And there's a light on there, Bill. Don't tell me yet, Bill. Ted? You've no idea. We can offer it to Bill for £30.
Reg Dwight.
Reg Dwight is exactly right. Gives you £30.
Reg Dwight is exactly right.
All right. Well done. Excellent order. Bill, choose a subject for David.
Britain, please.
Hang on, was it Bill and Ted? Are people called Bill and Ted on this? Have I missed something?
We shall try to get you, sir. Come on, David. Britain we want.
or
Bill's
Great
looking
Britain?
for Britain. And he's gone down. He's gone into books. So there's no bonus.
Oh, they will not get this.
But for £30,
They won't.
Come on.
£30, Bill. In Pygmalion, by George Bernard Shaw, who taught Eliza Doolittle to speak properly?
Henry Higgins.
Looking for a light.
Jesus.
And you've been bellowed out of the game. No one there knows, but it was Professor
Go on, go.
I spent a lot of my childhood doing that.
Henry Higgins. Oh, and you knew it a second later, Bill, didn't you? Never mind. We move on. Early days. Don't worry yet, boys. Stay as you are.
I might lose my hand. So I'm going to need a pizza cutter adapter, special toilets, a maid, wipe my bum, all of these things. I can't afford it. Oh, thank you for the raid. What's on the tapes?
Thank you.
Great timing, because I'm just saying that my hand is potentially going to come off with the swelling increasing. And I can't afford any of the changes that I need to my house. So I would say donate. If you don't donate, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. How am I going to feed myself? Can't eat with my left hand.
Why not?
How am I going to feed I can't have pizza every night because I'm going to get this changed to a pizza cutter. It's really... Let's just show this to my friend Pete, because Pete will give me the sympathy I need. It's really swelling up. Although Pete did some tweets wishing I was dead. Screen two. I'm going to stop going on about it. We're good.
Nigel for Barry. Affairs, please, Jim.
Affairs we'll try for you, young Barry. Affairs we're looking for.
Go on.
Go on, young Barry.
He's got your £50
50
there,
quid,
mate.
straight in there. Does it smell? Can you smell my fingers?
Don't smell.
Who replaced Yuri Andropov as Russian leader in February 1984?
Borscht. Gorbachev.
Not Khrushchev.
Gorbachev.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Let's have it.
And there's a light on there. Pressure's on you a bit, Nigel.
Chernenko.
Chernenko is absolutely right.
Well, he didn't say Chernenko. He said Chernenko.
Konstantin Chernenko.
Yuri Andropov. Oh, God. Is that... No. Can Bullseye predict the future?
Go get your £30. Well done. So there we are at the end of the first round. Dennis and Ted with £100.
Have I got a temperature?
Well, I'm just you warm. I'm warm.
Bill and Davey with £30 and Barry and Nigel with £80. We up the questions now, £50 each they're worth, and we've got less
Get
to aim
harder,
at. In fact, what's lit, you can hit. Come on, Ted.
Used to be in bed.
Britain, sir. Britain, we shall try and get you. £50 question we're looking at. How are the bonuses now, Dennis? Can you do it again, sir? It's not. It's in words, so there's no
Someone
bonus.
gave us a £1
So for
donation,
£50
thanks.
on words, Ted, here we go. What is a young hare called?
Leveret.
A leveret gets you £50.
Nice.
Oh, now here's a word I learnt on Bezic, right? So you got lamb.
Yeah.
What's lamb?
Is a young sheep.
What's mutton?
An older female sheep.
And what's the one in the middle? I didn't know it, and I can't remember it.
Oh.
But it's something like hogget or something. It's like a hogget. Hogget. It's hogget. There you go. Hogget. Hogget is like a sheep of age. Hogget. Isn't that weird? I'd never heard that before.
Okay.
You're not as interested as I am? You're interested?
It's interesting. I'd never heard it before.
Hogget.
You'd think that would be a pig, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And yet.
Yeah.
And yet.
Now, we move on. Bill, choose a subject for Dave.
Used to be in bed.
Places, please.
Places, sir.
Places,
we'd
please.
like, David. Places we'd like.
Places, please.
£30 he's got. For another £50,
Don't applaud
another
that.
£50, Bill. The town of Grasse in the south of France is the centre of one of France's most famous industries.
Lavender.
Which
perfume.
one? Spelled G-R-A-S-S-E. There's a light on. Grasse or Grasse?
Winemaking?
It is not winemaking. We can offer it across to Nigel, whose light's
Pouring?
on.
Steel.
Perfume.
It's not steel either. You'll be very, very sorry about that. Smell as sweet as you like. It's perfume. Never mind.
Ooh la
Right,
la.
Nigel, choose a subject.
Spelling, please, Jim.
Spelling you shall have, sir.
I love it because the words come up. Bully comes up reading a dictionary, and the words appear behind him, and Jim pretends. Jim pretends that he's pointing at the letters.
Yep.
So I love this bit.
£50 you've got. For another
If you give me £500, I'll call 111. Otherwise, you can all go away. Okay?
50, Nigel.
I'm just over. I'm a warrior. I'm good.
When the SAS stormed the Iranian embassy, they abseiled from the roof.
Does that mean down? Down.
Can you spell abseil?
A-B-S-E-I-L.
A-B-S-E-I-L.
Is right. A difficult one, and you got it
I'm
right.
checking the
Well
bully.
done. £50 you've got. Gives us the scores at the end of round two. Dennis and Ted with £150, Bill and Davey with £60, Barry and Nigel £180. It can all change, as you know. You
Mike got it wrong. Mike 29101977, who's a new subscriber, got it wrong.
at home because the questions here are worth £100. We've got less to go at. Let's have a look. We've got sport, show business, history,
please.
and Brit.
Showbiz.
So come on, Ted, for Dennis.
I love
We'll have
the
another go
SS.
at Britain.
Britain would try.
What are you going to do, what, sunshine? Come on, God, mate, you got to get through me first. Will not have you trash my queen.
Again forward. The London lads keeping patriotic to the end.
Yeah, the stereo effect is a little bit strange on this episode for some reason. I don't know why. Jimmy B says, you are best going into A&E because you will regret it big time if you get septicemia. I'll see you in A&E because I'm going to punch you in the face. What's that laughter for? What was that laughter for? He farted.
I bet Jim was mugging.
Never mind. We can't do anything about it. The subject's gone. We move on.
Very
Bill,
good with his fingers.
Sport, please.
Sport, sir. Sport we'd like.
Flashing to help you there.
£50 you've got. For another £100, Bill. In February 1984, a jump jockey became the second man in the history of national hunt racing to ride his 1,000th winner.
Piggott.
Who was he?
Lester Piggott.
Johnny Frankham.
Johnny Frankham gets you £100. All right.
My mum used to answer every question in Question of Sport with Kevin Keegan. She was, what? Right ones.
We'll move on now. Nigel?
History, please, Jim.
Oh, go for showbiz.
History.
Have a bit of fun.
To help you. History we're looking at. £50
Have
you've
a bit
got.
of fun.
For another £100. In 1746, the Jacobite army of Bonnie Prince Charlie was defeated at a battle near Inverness by the Duke of Cumberland's army. This was the last land battle in Britain. What was the name of the battle, Nigel?
It's not Culloden, is it? Bannockburn.
Culloden.
Bannockburn.
Well, and we can offer it now. It's £100 for you, Bill.
Culloden.
Culloden gets you another £100.
Culloden.
Well done. Gives us the scores. Dennis and Ted with £150. Bill and David with £310. Barry and Nigel with £230. So our two lads from London, we've got to say cheerio to them, but they take with them
Yeah, but you
£150.
dirty cockneys.
In you come, boys. Give them a round of applause, boys. Well done, lads. In you come. Take your bullseye darts and your hand-embroidered badges. Well done, Dennis and Ted. You've done very...
Get darts each now.
They
Because
didn't
the first
before.
one, it was just one between
Well, this
two.
is 10 years later. Look at his Widow's Peak.
It's beautiful.
Very, very well. You've got 100, and we'll count out 50. 1, 2,
Make it
3,
rain, Jim. Make it rain.
4, 5. Take
That
that with
hasn't
our
been invented
compliments.
then.
You've been smashing to have on the show. Thanks, Ted. Safe journey back down to London. Thank you,
Very
boys.
nice.
Two great lads.
Very
Really good.
nice.
That way, There we are. We move on to the second part of the game now. You know what we do here. Normal match play dartboard. We've got two remaining dart players. They're going to...
I don't think they get naked on Bullseye. Although you've got to have a bit of... Can't beat a bit of bully.
play darts against each other for about 3 minutes to get 3 questions.
Bullseye for American fans is English for beanhole.
For the partner, one or the other. So, lads, it's pounds for points, as many as you can score. Up to the hockey, Davy, into me, Barry, and it's over to young Tony Green to help us through this part of the game.
Okay,
So
Davy?
hang on. He's got two sons, right? Mark and David, and his name's Dave as well.
Sorry? Mork.
Mark.
This is the Mork
dad.
guy,
This is
yeah.
Mark and David. He's got two little boys, and they're called Mark and David.
I've just
his
got to
name's
play some
David.
adverts. I've got to play some
I love
adverts.
it.
Hang on.
Donuts.
Focus.
And we'll never be the same.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
First round.
Tony Green
That's
and
trouble
his shaggy
5,
locks. Look at the dartboard, everybody's
20.
throwing darts. This is really good fun.
And that's the one, so that's 36 for Davy.
36. That is really quite
36
shit.
to me, Barry. That's a good start. Treble
20.
60. That's the one.
161.
Oh, that's unlucky, but it's 61 and takes the first
Ooh,
round.
good so well at this time. Yeah, if he gets this question right.
Here we go then, Nigel. £61 you can get here, sir, which puts you back in the hunt again, doesn't it? Who is the Prime Minister of Ireland?
In 1991.
Oh.
Is it Daniel O'Donnell? I don't think he is, but I,
don't
want
think
to
he's ever
say
been
it.
PM yet.
Garrett Fitzgerald.
Gets you £61. That's marvellous. Which gives you the scores. £310.
box.
Playing 291. Nice and tight as we move into round 2.
And it's David.
Who invented the skip, says Vix. I don't know. Who did?
It's a throw. Second round.
Imagine if she came back with a really racist punchline about who invented the skip. It's like really offensively. I mean, it was funny because it worked. But it was really racistly offensive, and we had to go, Vix. All that stuff about hating you in this. That was a joke. You know that was a joke, right? But we have to ban you now.
She's quoting Alan Partridge. I think that's also
Oh,
a
yeah.
ban.
It's close to a ban. James Summers.
20.
KP invented the skip. Well done.
It's an 18. And that's a 5, so that's 43
This
for
guy's
David.
pony at darts.
Barry, 43 to me.
They're very close now. Is he? Here we go. So he's got to the
That's not going to
Yoki.
get more Kenny Green flash, is it?
20.
Really angry.
Another 20.
Go low, bottom left. Where I taught Catherine something. If we go on bullseye and you're the non-professional darts player, where should you aim?
Assumption. Bottom left.
Bottom left. Bottom left. Aim for bottom
It
left.
seems to veer.
Jimbo, wow. Using your newfound power for what it was intended.
Well done.
Enjoy yourself, mate. Enjoy yourself, mate. You deserve this. you deserve this.
It's been hard won.
Oh, God.
And played it safe with 11.51, which takes the second round.
Well, here we are, Nigel. Take you into
Those grey action slacks will ever come back in for young men about town?
Nope. Hopefully so.
Please can this, Nigel. Which official in the House of Lords carries a staff of office,
Black Rod.
which is an ebony stick surmounted with a gold lion?
Surmounted?
Lord Chancellor.
It's not. We can offer it across to Bill.
Black Rod.
Black Rod gives you
He pressed his buzzer. You didn't need to press your buzzer. You're the only other person there, so you're not as bright as you think you are.
£43. Well done. Gives us £353.
So they've got to get 62 quid to get back into draw.
Playing 291 and back to Tony.
The final round, David throwing.
Tony Shaggy Locks.
2 ahead.
It's like my Uncle Shamus, who I haven't spoken to for about 15, 16
Shamus, that's a great
years.
name.
Yep, I haven't spoken to him for about 20 years.
1. That's an 18.
Come on, Davey.
And that's a 20, so that's 39. It's 39, Barry.
He needs one good throw, and they are romping home with this.
That just
20.
Proud.
Another 20.
Oh, he's through. But he needs to get 25.
And that's the one.
He was going
unlucky.
for it.
That's
He blew
41.
it. Can't win.
So Barry
Can't win.
takes the final round.
Well, now, come on, Nigel. He was doing his best for you there, wasn't he? Never mind, you can't win it, but you can take another £41 if you can tell me what this is. A West Country food delicacy is fried elver. What are elvers?
Oh.
Eels.
Mushrooms.
Well, can you give me a little bit more than just eels, Nigel?
Baby eels.
Baby eels gets you £41. We're a little bit generous there because we're losing you anyway. So there we go.
We're a little bit generous there because we're losing you anyway. Huh?
353.
Was the answer right or wrong, Jim? It was right. So you weren't generous. You were just following the rules
So
of
you
television quiz.
insisted.
Yeah.
Pounds plays £332. So we've got to say cheerio to our 2/3 lads, Barry and Nigel. In you come, boys. You've done very, very well. Excellent, really. Well done, lads.
Uniform.
It was a bit tight, wasn't it, that? A bit tight. Never mind. We gave you the... That's fine. We knew what we were doing there, I think. There are your bullseye tankards and your badges and your darts. Take those with our compliments. And you've got, of course, £332. I'll be counting that out now. I'll see you in the second half in a couple of minutes. Thank you very much.
End of part 1. There we go.
Exciting.
Mummy would be making me a cup of tea. She sounds like that when I was little.
How
yeah.
long when did you stop calling her
Oh,
mummy?
God. I mean, I stopped. I was probably like, I don't know, 25, 26, something like that. I don't know. Probably 8, 9, 10, something like that. I don't remember. But I wasn't one of those ones that was doing it when I was 16. Oh, Mummy's coming to university to visit. Mummy's coming today. I wasn't that one of those idiots. Did you call her Mam?
I
Mam,
never
me
called her
Mam.
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 No, never called her Mam.
Mam, can we go on tramp to coal mine?
Mum.
Mam, can we go to see the bobbins being made at the workhouse? Can we go and see Grandpa at the workhouse? Mam, can we have barn cake?
No, it's not.
Can we have barn
also,
cake?
it's not a barn cake. It's a barm cake. But no, I never called her Mam. She used to call my grandma Mam. But my mum was from Salford.
Mam, can we go and have barn cake over at a workhouse and watch Grandpa?
No, it was never Grandpa. It was Grandad.
Guys, this show exists.
Granddad, can I have a dance on the coal bunker? That was a true.
This
thing
show
that
exists
happened.
because of our fabulous sponsors, and I think that the adverts. There are adverts. Let's do our adverts.
Apparently, there was no coal in the coal bunker. I made some inquiries.
What was in there? Porn.
No, Grandad's tools.
Yeah, exactly. Grandad's tools to help him. Anyway, 34sp.com. Web hosting of all kinds. Use the code TLNA and you get. I can't remember what you get, but it's great. You get like 3 months free or something.
3 months free to try it out, and if you don't like it, you can walk away. You don't pay a penny. But you'll love it.
And we're gonna start up like an online college, and we're gonna build it on 34sp.com. Dreams can come true.
It's where the empire begins.
Yeah. So go and have a look. Domain names, web hosting, WordPress, all that stuff. They don't build the site. You got to build the site.
But
you got to build it.
They can give you some pointers on the phone.
Of course they can. Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors. He actually paid, I believe, money to our newest mod, Jim Bowen, for making these graphics, which you can't really see.
No, you can't. Hang on.
There we go.
glaw.co.uk.
I'll be honest, we shouldn't have to, if you're going to sponsor us, we shouldn't have to be doing any physical work. Happy to do the talking. Very happy to do the talking. It's what we do. But we shouldn't be doing any physical work. That should be done by the people that supply us with the stuff. So the fact that we're having to do this is not great. It's not great. So
I can just about manage the co.uk, but I've not got very big hands.
Okay, so that's that. Abike, la 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 la, Abike, la 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 la. If you're an addict or a boozer or anything like that, and you're struggling to stop, abicare.co.uk. They are residential treatment centres. They've got a branch in Gloucester and a branch in Glasgow. I stayed in the one in Gloucester for a few days, and I loved it is a strong word, but it's a nice place, nice people. Food was great, actually, apart from one of the meals. The first meal was awful, and I thought, oh, shoot. But the rest of them were great. They made up. I don't know why that one was so bad, but it just was. And they got group therapy and AA and NA and CA and all kinds of other stuff as well. It's not just 12-step based, but that is certainly part of it. And if you mention that you heard about them here on the Late Night Alternative, you will get a whopping 25% off. 25% off. My goodness. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, you can donate to us. Someone can put an exclamation mark donate into the chat. Go and have a look. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else. What am I trying to say? You say it. What am I trying to say?
The P2P.
Yeah, go on.
The pound to pocket ratio. So if you were thinking you wanted to chuck us a few quid and you didn't know which was the best way to do it. So imagine, we're your servers in a restaurant. Waiter and waitress in a restaurant, and you wanted to put some money in our pocket rather than it being in the tip jar and everyone else getting dibs on it. This is the way, and you can get to the donations with, if someone could put a link in the chat, that would be wonderful.
It's been done. Matty's done it.
Or
thank you, Matty.
if you are looking at this on a PC, just scroll down and you'll see, is it a kitten saying thank you?
It's a kitten saying thank you so much.
Click on the thankful kitten, please.
Thank you very much indeed. And
do you know what? You don't have to. It's not.
No, you do actually. You do.
We
I might lose my
appreciate your
hand.
company.
I might lose my hand. We had a couple of donations. I was joking about the pound. It's all appreciated. Richard Sworth and Rebel Gerald, thank you so much for your money. It is gratefully appreciated. We are watching Bullseye tonight. We might take a few more calls afterwards. Let's see. Here we go. Professional. Slow Benjamin.
Steve Brennan throwing for charity tonight.
Sorry.
301 or more with 9 darts. We'd like him to get. He's had a great year, Steve. He's the New Zealand Open champion, and recently this year came back from America.
Alex will do you one.
He doesn't do.
He'll print on it if you buy the
throws
shirt.
for charity.
I don't want to buy the shirt.
Are you ready, Steve?
I don't really want one.
Best of luck, son.
Unless you want to send me one to the post office.
First of the 9 darts. It's 20. Another 20. And a treble 20. 6,100.
Yes, I do respond to chat, Fred.
60.
And so
another
does she.
treble 20, another 60.
He's done this. He smashed it. You never heard of him, but he smashed it.
20.
Oi!
Another 20. Oh, unlucky. That's 60. So, but that's 283. Well done, Steve.
Oh, he didn't do it. Pembrokeshire Murders. The guy was done from Bullseye. What? A murderer was on Bullseye? It doesn't surprise me there's only one, if I'm completely honest. Oh, he didn't get the 301. He was so close. So close.
Well done, Steve. Well done. Well done. Well. 283. Just that
Better
little
than
bit.
last year.
Oh yeah, a lot better than last year. That helps a bit, doesn't it, when you get into the swing of it and
That's
sort of
right,
slide
yeah.
into it.
Definitely.
Because I know you lads do like to do well on it, don't you?
Well, yeah, because it's a bit prestigious, like there's a bit of
Yeah.
a rib and a,
When you
bit of a
work to-
Bit prestigious, like, it's a bit of a rib. What the fudge are you? Thank you for the bits, Gary.
Thank you.
It's a bit prestigious, like, it's a bit of a rib. It's a bit prestigious, like, it's a bit of a rib.
Well, yeah, because it's a bit prestigious, like there's a bit of
Yeah.
a rib and a,
When you
bit of a
work to-
joke. Like
that's
we've
right.
seen.
It's how many did you get on Bullseye?
Yeah, that's it.
Listen, how come you play for Ireland and you're living in Suffolk?
Well, we're supposed to be thick as paddies, aren't we?
What?
But also, his eyes go on forever. His eye goes all the way round to the side of
I
his
think
head.
it's just his eye crease. I don't think his
No,
eyes.
I think that's
don't
his
think
eye.
His eye's in there.
I think if you look at
No, my father was born in Ireland, in a little market town in Londonderry,
Yeah.
and because of his parentage, I get the choice, either England or Northern Ireland.
I
And
suggest you don't slate people from Ireland. Then.
Yes, yeah.
England have got a good enough side anyway, so I thought.
John Cooper murdered a couple 3 weeks after losing on Bullseye.
Gosh.
Imagine being the ones that murdered and thinking, Jesus, is that the guy from Bullseye that's killing me? Oh, dear.
So you just slide it. That's very good.
That's
We're
right.
delighted to have you with us. We're thrilled to bits you got £283. As you say, better than last time. And I think one of the best scores we've had so far this series. Meet the lads who've chosen the charity tonight. Come round here, Steve, and meet the boys. Come in, lads. There you go. This is Steve Brennan, Davey and Bill. There you are. Tell us a bit about the charity. Who's going to talk about it? Come on then, Bill.
Well, it's the Airborne Forces Security Fund, which
Really?
is in Browning Barracks in Aldershot.
Tell us what...
Aldershot.
That's the first time we've had anything to do with the military.
Imagine Bullseye shame, says Gazda. Come on.
Tell us,
Well-
where does the money go to?
It's actually a fund which helps out ex-airborne forces.
I'm sorry,
not hard, is it?
we
Well,
don't
you
do
just said
funds. We only do charities
Why did
on
he ask
here.
him to explain that? It was the Airborne Forces.
Yeah,
fund.
we
What
don't
is it?
do-
It's a fund for airborne forces.
We don't do funds on this. I'm really sorry. I think it was explained to you before we came on, but you're probably nervous, you didn't understand. So we can't do funds. Have you got any charities?
Fred, you're making my spidey senses tingle. First you say you live in Ireland, now you're saying you live in Berlin.
You know what to do, Catherine?
I think I do.
You know what to do. No retreat, no surrender.
Really?
Soldiers who've, for one reason or another, are no longer in the service and
perhaps having trouble
wanted to
out
get
in
retirement.
civilian life. That's fine. 283 you've got, courtesy of this Irish Englishman from Suffolk.
Brilliant.
Steve, lovely having you on the programme. Thank you very much indeed. A privilege to have you.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Steve Brennan. Are you ready for this? Come on, follow me down. Bully's prize board.
Did you ever see that documentary, Darts Players' Wives?
No, what was that about?
Can't remember. Maybe we'll watch that tomorrow. That's a good show. That's a really good show.
See, like footballers' wives, but more.
It's a documentary. It was great. It was great, actually. It was great.
Is it real?
Yeah, it was on, I want to say like 10 years ago. It's quite old. It was
He's been shopping again this week. He's been round the stores and supermarkets
Thank
and he's
you
got
for
some
reminding me
tremendous
to keep my hand
prizes.
up. I'm
And they're in all the red segments on this board. Listen to this. In one. Volunteers.
Well, when I used to, I did a few gigs with Matt Lucas when he was Sir Bernard Chumley, and he would always do a thing, in one, a pair of hands.
To wash up, this dishwasher gets the job every time. In two. For those days when you feel like a lie-in, this handy tea maker. In three. Smile please. You could be winning this fully automatic camera. In four. If you take home this cuddly pink hippo, they'll be shouting, Hippo Ray. In five. Wheels wherever you go. A bike in a bag. In six. For the budding
Hey,
bot.
it's an Amstrad CPC 464. Not a decent prize. Thanks very much, Lord Sugar.
The latest home
Now, someone's typed a funny program on the background there and done 10 print, 20 go to 10. I bet it swears.
computer, complete with its own colour monitor. In seven. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Luggage. They used to give away luggage sets a lot on quiz shows in the 80s.
Parents' luggage.
No.
But much sweeter with luggage like this. In eight. Don't make a meal out of making a meal. Use this handy sandwich.
Bravo! Gemma!
Bravo!
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo! Bravo! Breville Yell, isn't it?
Look,
there you go, Gemma.
But I don't know what the celery's for in this scenario.
Ooh.
Don't need that.
Pete, if his unbound request is in and it's not funny and it's not interesting, feel free to delete. Feel free to delete. Gemma's in. Well done, Gemma. This is for you.
Maker.
And Bully's special prize.
It's not only charming, it's also chiming. It's a grandmother clock.
Oh, last time when we watched the one from a
grandmother
lot
clock.
earlier, it was a granddaughter clock.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so they're
Smaller.
getting bigger.
Yep.
There you are. 9 great prizes there for you boys. 9 darts you've got. You can get the lot now. Davey 6, Bill's got 3. Right, little poem to remind you. It's happened a few times this series. Keep out of the red twice. You get nothing in this game for 2 in a bed.
I don't think that was a Breville. It looked sub Breville. Breville's the brand name.
It might have
obviously.
been one of them ones from the market. You've got to be careful.
Market Breville.
Don't plug it in too fast.
All right, off you go, Davey.
Renegade says, "What? No speedboat? We've not got to.
Not at that point,
We're not
yeah.
at the final prize yet.
Remember where your prizes are, boys. There's some super ones there. Over to Tony.
Okay, Davey.
A Neville.
Nice
Yes,
and
it's
easy.
a Neville.
That's black. Black again.
Oh, Davey.
But that's red. It's number 1.
That's the dishwasher. That was one I know you wanted. Well done. That's a good start for you, boys.
But a lot of kitchens then wouldn't have room for it.
No. And
You'd have to rebuild the whole kitchen.
That's all right.
There's Bill's 3 darts. It's black. But that's red. It's number 7.
That's another one you wanted. The luggage. Well done, boys.
The luggage.
And red again. Number 5.
You're going well. That's the folding bike. You're excellent.
You don't get a holiday, but you do get the bags for buying your own.
Well done, Bill.
Excellent.
3 prizes gone.
You're going well.
3 to go. It's black.
He's going to lose one. He's going to hit.
Black
He's
again.
going to lose one.
But that's red. It's number 3.
Fine, you've got the camera. So really, you've done very well. Let's have a look at what you've won. You've won the dishwasher, the camera, the folding bike.
Guys, please, let's try and keep the chat friendly. I don't want the 6128 fight continuing with the 464s, please. Okay, let's just...
We've moved on from that.
Let's try and live in peace, if we can, guys. If we can.
And the luggage. You've done very well. Come on, boys. All right. Well, then.
Do they want to keep what they've got, or do they want to gamble? I'm guessing they'll gamble.
They'll gamble because there's only 2 minutes left.
There you are. They've all given you a lot of encouragement tonight, haven't we? Concentration time now. Remember what you've won. Now, dishwasher, some nice prizes there. 4 in all. Do you want to gamble those prizes against tonight's star prize hiding behind Bully? Your winnings 3,500, 353 safe. Charity 283 safe. You're just playing with the prizes you've won. What do you think? If the time it takes the board to revolve, you've won 4. What would you do, audience? Well, come on now, come on. Dishwasher's there, the dishwasher's there. Oh, you've got the luggage. What do you think?
All dead. My eyes are instantly drawn to this guy here.
Barry McGuigan.
Barry McGuigan, whose face is melting. I mean, they're all dead.
Jeremy Clarkson there with his button.
I thought it was Paxman.
Round is the board.
No, you're right, it's Clarkson.
You need to tell me now.
Both agreed we'll have a gamble.
You're going to have a gamble. Non-dart player to go first. Here we go. Come on, then.
What do you reckon? Are they going to do it?
Are they buggery? Not if Davey has a go. He's rubbish.
Over to Tony for tonight's gamble.
Best luck, Bill, but it's 101 or more for tonight's star prize. It's a 5.
Bottom left. Go for bottom left.
That's a 20.
Okay, we'll go for the middle.
That's another 20, so that's 45. 56.
This is for Hawk.
Davey.
Absolutely right. Curious Orange.
That's a 4.
He's got a 4. This is the pro darts player.
He's not pro.
Wait.
It's Davey. He's been muffing it up all the way through.
That's true, actually.
That's a 20. 32 left.
32 left, so it's got to get double.
Well, that's a 20. It's unlucky, but that's the gamble.
Come on.
2 in a bed.
Round is come. Let's have a look at it. There you are.
Wasn't that 2 in a bed?
Not the 2 in the bed doesn't count in that one. It's the previous
should have
round.
made that clear.
Don't keep out. Well, it's obvious. Keep out the black and in the red. You don't get anything. You don't get anything for 2 in the bed.
It would have been a car. Would have been a. There you are. British craftsmanship at its best, but never mind. Don't be too depressed. You've got your tankards, £353. Take that. There you are. You've got your charity money with Steve Brennan. That's no problem. Don't be too depressed. You've had a good day. Stay there. You're all right. Thanks very much indeed for watching Bullseye. Thanks to Tony Green and the studio audience. Steve Brennan did very well tonight. We'll watch you next week on Bullseye. Don't watch us every week because you can't beat a bit of bully, can you? Bye. Bye.
Let's see if it's on here, but it probably won't be. Football, what was it? Darts players' wives. There we go. Oh, you're kidding me.
Wow, no, come on.
It's called Dart Tarts. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
5 years ago.
That's not it. Great little darts documentary. No, that's not it. This isn't darts. This isn't it, right?
We kick off with Dexy's Midnight Runners and Jackie Wilson.
It's 1982, and I'm sitting in front of the telly when this comes on. Look at the picture in the left-hand corner. Darts player Jockey Wilson had somehow ended up on top of the pops, thanks to a prank by some hairy-assed floor manager.
No, this isn't it.
Hairy-assed floor manager.
A darts players' wives. That isn't Darts Tarts, isn't it? Is it right? Let me just let's do a little bit of digging around. Darts players' wives. You sure it's called Darts Tarts?
Come on, no.
No, I thought it was called Darts Players' Wives. Yeah. Yeah, Darts Players' Wives. No, it isn't that. It's something different. I don't want to watch Darts Tarts. I don't like the name of it. I want Darts Players' Wives. How would we find that? I'm not going to go to... Darts Players' Wives, there we go. Oh no, it's Omid Jalili. No.
It's on his show, is it a skit?
No, there's a documentary somewhere. It could be on Daily Motion, I suppose, or Vimeo. Let's have a look on Daily Motion or Vimeo, and then we'll give up, because those... if anyone else wants to have a little look around the internet and see if they can find anything, then please do. Darts... where's that thing? No, let's try Vimeo and then we'll give up. Vimeo. I don't want to choose a plan. I want to look. I just want to look. Vimeo. Darts Players' Wives. Why would it look? I'll click on that. No, it's not there. That's a shame. That's a shame. I would love to watch a little bit of that. I tell you what, do you know what? I'm really tired. My hand's hurting. Yeah. And I just saw a really unpleasant comment in
I've
the
reported
chat.
him.
Why did old men touch me when I was a kid? Because there's some really horrible people out there who think that kind of thing is acceptable to shame and abuse children. And thank you, Jim. And there are some people out there who, while not quite as bad, are almost as bad because they think it's acceptable to make jokes about it. But I'm actually cool about it. I've done a lot of work on it, and it's something that I am pretty settled with. And but thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Right, we're done.
That's polite for it. What an absolute dick you are. Goodbye.
Let's go and do it.
Unbelievable.
Right. I'm feeling very tired. My head is. Let me just turn this. Right, let's just. No, this is going to be trouble. So let's not even bother calling.
No.
Let's not even bother calling. Let's quickly thank our sponsors. By the way, 34sp.com for all of. It's called Dart Players' Wives. What did I put in? I said Darts Players' Wives, didn't I? Yeah. 34sp.com for all of your website hosting needs. gelaw.co.uk if you're getting divorced, and abbycare.co.uk if you are struggling with addiction or anything like that, then we recommend going and having a little chat with them.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Let's go and do a raid. Don't call us. Matty, I'm just going to cut. I'll cut just like the last 3 minutes off where I made that mistake, so don't worry about that. I can do that now. I'll go and do that now. Don't forget, if you miss the shows, they are available on Twitch forever, it seems. They're supposed to last for 30 days, but ours stay up forever, or they get uploaded to YouTube. So go and have a look at all of those. Yeah, so our friends are on, MZ and Janelle, but I want to see if we can find someone. Let's see if we can find someone new. Let's see if we can find someone new. So we're going to go. But we got, I'm thinking Janelle, if we haven't been to her for a while, if we don't find someone new. So let's go and have a little look.
Let's have a look.
This
is where the treasure is.
This is it. This is what it's all about. I don't know. I don't want looking following. Well, why can't I think? Just chatting. Here we go. Let's go down.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look, there's some people getting some big old numbers there. Some great big numbers going on. Let's have a little look. Why is there a lady dressed as a bunny with a bicycle indoors?
Easter.
Oh. It's such a strange world.
It is, isn't it?
I don't get it. But I'm not meant to get it. Who's this? This guy's next to us.
He's speaking Spanish.
Okay, let's go to the person on the other side of us then. There's a boozy vibe there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a boozy vibe. Who's this handsome-looking young man? Oh, Frosty.
Oui.
Okay. It doesn't matter where you watch them, Beastie. It doesn't matter where you watch them wherever you want to watch them. YouTube ever so slightly, but it's pennies really. Someone's watching Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. So you can show nipples, okay? Male nipples are allowed. Nipples, okay, yeah. Sexist. These look like they're having fun. Japanese. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that food. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I fancy some Japanese food. Hype each other up. I'm aware that we go to lots of very attractive young blonde women. And, which is great, but maybe we go too often to very attractive young blonde women. So, let's have a little looky here. A lot of Spanish. I don't think I was. Let's go and see our friend Janelle. Janelle. Let us go and raid her. Oh, maybe she's having some kind of mental issues. Perhaps we shouldn't interrupt. I don't know if this is...
Stream music.
Oh, I wasn't typing. Janelle is fab. Tell them about Janelle while I try and type, Catherine.
Janelle's someone we found in the first couple of months of being on here, and she's just wonderful. She's a variety streamer. She's also got a wicked voice, but she doesn't really concentrate on music very much. But she's just great. You'll have a laugh with her.
Oh, dear. Deary me. If you enjoy her stream, click follow. If you don't like her stream, Just sneak out the back door. It's absolutely fine. But you will enjoy this. See you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. I might do a little daytime stream because we've got to make up a little bit of time, which is fine. So maybe we'll do an Alan Bezic or something tomorrow. And I'll give you an update on the hand. I'm sure it's fine. See you later on.